All right. We still have seen
We're
no
one
sign of
home.
Terrence, so I think we'll get started then. Who
Oh
can
no,
tell
Terrence
me?
is dead.
I hope not. Maybe he might just be having a really good run and just
Look,
can't drop it. I don't
He's
know.
just at arm's length away from the Magial.
At
Can't.
6 months, yeah, we need a recap, I think.
Yeah. It's been over a month, about a month and a half. So yeah, who can tell me what happened last time?
I can.
All right, go for it.
So we all made it out of Farron's underwater utopia, basically because after we've been stuck in there for like weeks and nothing really happened. Nava went out first in the middle of the night, traveled a long way all the way to Bakerton's tomb, gave Farron's the metaphorical middle finger, maybe even the literal one, I don't know. We all snuck out some weeks afterwards, took the magical portal shortcut back to Daventry, and missed Nava by like several hours. And now we're basically tracking them down on the road to Kobaska.
Yeah, that about sums it up. One point that I do want to clarify is that how Nava gave Farron's the metaphorical middle finger is by a scathing letter written by Bakerton himself, as shown via scrying.
Yep,
Yep.
I
So,
remember that.
yeah, you guys are probably about 8 hours journey apart. The bulk of the group is at Daventry, and Nava is about 8 hours journey west toward Korbaska. And one thing I actually want to retcon is that Colleen was not actually with you guys. You guys haven't actually seen her since Gaffel.
So,
She-
like when we played, basically. makes
Basically,
sense.
yeah. Because things got jumbled last time with Colleen's placement, so she disappeared somewhere in Gaffel, and you guys haven't seen her since.
Probably
So-
got lost in the woods. Or
And
well,
with that-
not as much lost as in just spent the time there just because.
All right, three-way party split. Let's
Three-way
try and
party
split
split.
it more.
I'm gonna do my best to make this work. So I'm gonna say, so you guys, the bulk of the group is at Daventry, and it's evening time. You guys found out from Uncle Lumpy that Nava headed west. I believe that's how you guys found out.
East, I think.
East, yes.
Yeah,
sorry.
just trying to get
You are
that
absolutely correct.
And I think Nava didn't even visit Uncle Lumpy.
No.
Like, we found out from Bakerton.
Yeah, or
Oh, okay,
like
that's
tracked like my wagon or something.
That's
recall.
right. I
Oh,
think
right, I
yeah,
did
I
that,
think you
yeah.
guys used a survival check to figure out the general direction that Nava had went. So, it's like evening time. So go. What do you guys do?
Well, we basically had a night at the monastery. Spent like all the day. Did we really spend all the day at the crypt and at Uncle Lumpy's? Like, oh yeah, we did had dinner there, I think. Yeah.
Oh, well, you guys left at nighttime, actually, because right. I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys.
Yeah.
Let me get the timeline straight. All right, so you guys, again, it's been like 6 weeks or something. So you guys went through the portal to the monastery at night. So it would have been nighttime when you guys showed up in Daventry and talked to Bakerton. Okay, so it's nighttime now. It's
Not really
like
nighttime. We spent the night there, and then I suppose during the morning or afternoon or early noon we left, I guess.
Okay. All right. That's right. Thank you. All right. We've well worked together and pieced together the timeline now. So Nava had visited the previous day and had left from there, and then you guys show up in the morning of the day after that. So Nava is probably closer to like a 12-hour journey ahead of you. So it is in fact the morning. So Nava, I assume you spent the night on the road and are heading back out again. Now, so you guys, I assume, are going to follow behind Nava. Now, Nava, are you going to be? What is your end goal here? Where exactly are you trying to get to?
Well, the idea is to get back to Meridia, because what I think I did is that I released my buddies, and I'm going back to basically hoping that that they were released, and that will bump into each other halfway or something, or that they'll wait for me there. One or the other. Point is,
That's
I'm
right. You're
riding
going to
towards
be
Orna.
Yeah, that's right. You're going to be taking the eastern route to avoid the Arcos Canyon and all that mess and go south beyond Riddleport. So I'm going to say that I assume that you guys are going to follow that trail and do your best to catch up. Yeah.
Actually, I'm wondering, would it be feasible to have a carrier pigeon send a message to Gorbuska and arrive there before Nava? Would that be possible?
That would be possible. Yeah. Carrier pigeons move pretty quickly.
Then I suppose before we head out, we actually could do that. Anybody oppose? Also, we need mounts because if the wagon is quite slow, but I suppose a horse or two might be faster.
And Nava, I believe, is traveling by foot.
By wagon.
Wait.
Yeah, I remember I took our wagon bag that was stationed at Riddleport.
Oh, that's right. Wait, station wasn't it Orna?
Oh yeah, Orna. Sorry,
in there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're all catching up again. All right. So Nava has the wagon and has been traveling that way. You guys are going to go send a messenger pigeon with a message to Karabaska.
I suppose.
So yeah, you can basically just send a message that way.
Just telling them, if a sylph that looks a bit like this comes on along in a wagon, please hand it over to them or something like that.
All right. They say sure, and then say that it'll be 5 silver.
Ding, ka-ching.
All right. So you see a little messenger pigeon head out, and then did you guys want to actually pick up mounts?
Velma has the mount spell.
Yeah, but I don't have it prepared.
Didn't we have knights between left?
Yeah, you had a night's rest.
Okay.
If you would have reasonably prepared.
Yeah.
In
that case. I even have the commune variety of it. Okay,
right,
so I have 3 charges of that.
Oh, okay. So you're just gonna cast mount 3 times?
Oh no, I have the commune level 2 variety of it. I don't remember what difference there is, but
communal just means that everybody gets one. So that's super handy. So you only need 1 charge of that. So yeah, you guys don't even need to go buy mounts. Sweet. So you cast communal mount, and you guys head on out. So 2 days worth of uneventful journeying later, Nava does in fact make it to Korbaska. And this sleepy town actually seems to be still recovering somewhat from the big party that you saw last time. Because last time you were here was a big festival celebrating some local heroes. And you see that the tent's still not cleaned up. It's still up and kind of getting beaten up in the weathering. There's still some destroyed hitches for horses and stuff like that. Just that the town looks in a bit more of a disarray, but everybody's just as cheerful as ever. And as you are passing through the town, sure enough, a halfling actually runs up to you with a note in hand. She appears to be running from the post office, is where she's running out of. She says, "Excuse me, sir, ma'am,
What?
sir,
Yeah, what? Hi.
Do you happen to be Nava by any chance?"
Whoa.
Oh, that's Terrence.
I guess he found Maj Ayal.
That was the sound of Terrence being summoned from the deepest pits.
I'm
Of
sorry.
Maj Ayal.
I got distracted. I was playing a game and had apparently I got very, very distracted.
Were you having a good run?
Yes.
See, I called it.
We kind of all called it.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, cool. So yeah, you are with Duker and you are with Velmir and Don traveling east toward Korbaska, trying to catch up with Nava. So so Nava, show up in Korbaska. Post office worker runs out with a note and says, "Yes, are you Nava by any chance?"
Yeah, it's what you want.
Oh, thank goodness. You're like the third sylph that's walked through here that I've had to ask. Apparently you have some friends that are on their way here, and they should be here in about a day.
My plan worked. Yes.
They said that if you could stay here,
Dirty.
if you could stay put in this town, that would be best.
Yeah, no,
'cause
yeah.
then they could catch up.
That's not a problem. Yeah, that's not a problem. They'll let me actually rest for a little bit. I've been on the run for a while.
All right. Have a good stay here at Korbaska. And she hurriedly rushes back into the post office.
All right, well, that's done then.
So you basically got a whole day here in Korbaska. Did you want to do anything?
There's not really much that I feel I can really do. I'll say that this is the in flavor reason of how I leveled up is because I was doing whatever it needs for me to get better at magic. I did it here.
Okay. So in this town, you can get any small-scale shopping you need to do. There's Leon in the jail as well.
I mean, I might check up on him, but
Did you just want to swing by Leon's?
yeah.
All right.
Hi.
So you walk into the jail, and there's the same sheriff in her office. She sees you enter, and she stands up and says, yes, are you here to see your friend?"
Yeah, I got a data burn, so I figured I'd go and say hi.
All right, well, sure thing, go on in. We've got another prisoner in there, just be careful. And she grabs the keys and opens up the door to where all the jail cells are.
What's the new prisoner?
The new prisoner is Colleen.
That makes sense.
How'd you get there?
You
My
know,
talents.
things happen.
I will let Colleen fill in any fun details she may wish to. But I'm going to imagine that Colleen was... would Colleen be getting along with Leon? Or would Colleen be aggressively disinterested?
So, you know,
I don't really
Leon's
know Leon.
is a vampire. And if that changed anything for you, he's
I
kind of
don't know.
He's in the fancy jail cell. He's got bars of adamantium on
I
his cell.
spit at him.
He doesn't seem to like you very much. But you walk in and Leon kind of perks up from the books that he's reading, and looks at you staring at Colleen and says, "Well, I believe you've become acquainted with another one of my I don't have a polite word for this."
Well, I don't have a polite word for you.
Oh yeah, we have some shared experiences, I suppose is the best way I could put it. How'd you end up here?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, killed a man, that sort of thing. Nothing really all that terrible, really. I don't know why they're keeping me here.
Are you telling me that you are familiar with this prisoner?
Familiar
I saved
is...
his life.
When did you save my life?
With the worms.
Oh, I flew over that part.
Whatever.
You picked the one party member that wasn't there.
No. I saved his friend's life.
Would the other people have told me about this?
Probably.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine so. At this point, you probably
We
asked to be
probably
caught
told
up.
that she's been like making quite of an idiot of herself. Probably.
You guys had a whole journey between Arcos Canyon and Gaffel, where you guys were just sharing stories with those
Saved
merchants.
their life, huh? That's not how I heard it.
Well, you heard it wrong. Get your hearing checked.
I mean, oh look, they're going to be showing up sooner or later, so I guess we can see if there's anything we can do about this situation. I came here to see Leon though, so
Well, now that it's good to see you again. How goes the collection?
it's going better than expected. We saw the other person going after all the things.
Oh, I believe you mentioned them in passing last time you were here. Can you tell me more about this person?
Well, we know that he probably killed the Samsaran.
Oh no. Oh,
Rip Sanitri.
so Nitri has passed. That does that mean that that Doc has also passed on, as it were?
That's the good news. Last I saw him, he was in the process of being reborn.
Actually, while you guys were in the underwater city Meridia, he was actually completely. Recovered.
Okay. So he did die, but we got him fixed by that gnome guy.
Ferrens.
By Farron's.
Yes.
That's excellent news. But Sonitri, that's a hard pill to swallow. How is Doc? How did hopefully collecting the sugar machine wasn't too much of a difficulty for you all?
I mean, it went better. It could have gone better if Colleen didn't actively try to stop us at some point. But otherwise,
What? When did I do that?
you literally attacked Duker while we were attacking the sugar dragon.
Yep.
Yeah, because he was being mean to a dragon.
So
What am I supposed to do?
So you were, you weren't helping, is what I'm saying.
It was incidental.
But
And
I know
really,
that
it was his fault in the first place.
Clearly.
is incidental literally throwing a flask at someone.
The
Yeah,
sugar dragon, for your information, was kind of killing a real dragon, so...
It sounds like you've been on quite a journey. How about the other members of your party?
They're coming over. Basically, Farron was holding us prisoner under the sea, but I managed to save everyone, and they're all coming over. So I'm just basically waiting for them to come back.
Holding you prisoner. That's. I don't like the sound of that. I never did get along terribly well with Farron's. He was quite an ingenious man, but I must admit his ideas of morality may be a little skewed. I'm sorry you had to go through such a trouble, I suppose, but it's.
It's for the best. We got we got all the things except for what the wizard is holding at this point. So it is whatever. We got out of it.
Which
what matters.
artifacts does the wizard hold? I assume you're talking about. Okay, the amulet of precise measurements and probably Sonitri's artifact as well. I assume the staff of medicine.
Right.
Very well.
And everything else account for. But from what we can tell, due to Duker's magic sword, he's holding on to those objects, so it's not like he's stashing them anywhere else. So hopefully, if you can find him, we'll get both of them, and we'll be fine.
Very well. Good luck with the whole situation. If there's anything I can do in particular, feel free to let me know. Unfortunately, I'm still confined to my cell. Hey, Mayo, I've got some music running already, man.
Hi, though.
No, you're good. It's like a quiet, introspective talking moment. So maybe we'll get to the battle music later. Right. If there is anything that I can do to help, provide any information, anything of the sort, please do let me know. And if you're going to be in town, feel free to visit while you're here.
Yeah, like I said, I've got a day to burn until everyone else gets here. So we don't really have a plan right now, so we'll get back to you if we actually need anything. We'll stay in touch.
Very well. The best of luck to you. And he politely bows.
I'm getting Twitch followers? That
You're getting what?
Getting Twitch followers.
Oh,
Oh my.
nice.
How dare you?
All right. So the rest of the party does actually catch up a day later. Did Nava want to do anything else in town for this last day?
Honestly, like I've been on the run for a while. This is gonna be an off day.
All right, you're just gonna take it easy.
I'm just curious. How did raocow find out we were following?
Carrier pigeon.
Yeah.
Colleen?
No, from
Carrier
Daventry, they sent a carrier pigeon to Corbaska, and they intercepted me.
Oh.
Which was a smart call. I wasn't quite sure how they were going to do it either, but that works. All right. Yeah, no PCs have died yet, but you guys came close to the death worm. So, the rest of you guys catch up, and sure enough, you meet up with Nava in town, and congratulations, you're all back together. But Colleen is currently still in jail.
Well, can't ask for more, can we?
Does you tell us that Colleen's in jail, raocow?
Yeah, I'll tell y'all. Of course I would.
Well,
Okay, good. She's out of our hair.
So, as you guys are actually finally meeting up again, Nava, you feel that somebody is trying to scry you.
Okay.
Oh.
Would you like to roll a will save?
Yes, I will. Need to check what my numbers are again.
Oh, also on that note, raocow, Nava, those amulets were actually exactly what Farron said they were. They were anti-scry amulets.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Check them. They were.
I had a good look, and yeah, they just seem to be just that.
Well, you can't blame me for not wanting to take any chances.
Sure enough, you do resist the scry.
Also, I think, do you got it on you? Because I'm gonna put it on then. If you're 100% sure they're safe.
That is a good question. If you brought yours as well.
I think I mentioned wanting to bring it.
I seem to recall that, Relgil did grab Nava's.
So yeah, I hand Nava his anti-scry ammo.
All right, and I'm gonna put it on. Where did I put my stuff? There it is. So I got anti-scrying pin on.
So
Neat.
we've got all our immediate goals cleared right now, right? We've got all the artifacts available. We're back together. Yeah.
So when you guys, when you were let out, do you know where if the wizard is still down south or?
Oh no, he didn't let us out.
The coast.
We used the Monkey Monk Monastery because it was an obelisk underwater. If you hadn't waited, I would have let you. I would have told you.
That's preposterous.
Yep, there was an obelisk underwater.
I have no idea what the people, whoever put the obelisk there, was thinking, but it helped us out. So.
Well, wasn't it that used to be on the beach or cliffside and just it got taken over by the shore over a few hundred years?
Probably.
Could be.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
It comes to me.
Their place isn't exactly new. It has been around for a while.
So, but yeah, you should have seen the cobwebs in that turn. That and stuff. Apparently, basically never.
So, by the time you guys did show up, it is evening time. So, did you guys want to spend the night in town before heading out?
I mean,
where would we be heading out?
Yeah, what are we doing exactly?
That's a good question.
one hint about the wizard's whereabouts, which might not even be accurate anymore, that is somewhere at the coast, which could be anywhere from Oshana to Orna.
Yeah, he seemed to just be relaxing, just taking it easy.
Do we got anything on us that we can just have properly scried, like that used to belong to
His
him?
spell book, yeah. That's what we used last time.
Yep.
It's worth giving it another shot because he has everything we want.
So
But
Daventry's going close to the wizard. I've got connections. I've told someone.
Terrence, you're cutting out a lot. Could you maybe reduce your mic sensitivity a little bit?
I'm cutting out.
Well, increase the mic.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Increase mic sensitivity.
Only half of your
cutting
words
out.
are coming through, yeah.
I wasn't actually cutting out. I don't think you're hearing stuttering. It wasn't me cutting out.
No, half of your words are
I mean-
actually missing.
Yeah, by definition, if you begin speaking and there are gaps in between words, you are stuttering.
the last time you spoke was fine, so.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Then yeah, I
Yep.
wasn't cutting out. It was just kind of him a little nervously.
You're cutting out as we speak.
I would turn the mic sensitivity up just a little bit, and we're probably fine. It wasn't bad. It was just, it was there. It did sound like audio cutout. So anyways, what are you guys gonna do?
Testing 3, 2, 1.
Now it seems to work.
Yep. Seems to work.
So, who other than Ference do we know that has scrying magic available?
Well, there was the scrying guy we used back in
Oh,
Daventry.
yeah. That's right.
But beyond that, let's say we know where he is. What can we do about it? Like last time, he just clowned us.
Yeah, but last time we were level 1.
Yeah, but level
Yeah,
6 that big of a difference.
I mean, a whole party that has increased that much in power. I think we're not completely chanceless against him, at least.
What we could do is maybe sabotage his prospect at the ritual, whatever he's trying to do. Like find out where he is. When he leaves, we could try to sabotage or something. I don't know. It's not guaranteed to be at this at the seaside cabin all the time.
Still getting all the things before he I don't know if he can start his whatever he's trying to do. Like, I don't know if he can start until he has everything though.
Yeah, but like you know, just make sure in advance. It's probably not the best idea, but you know, just throwing it out there.
All right.
So last time we were scrying, we couldn't really tell where he was. Just what kind of general location, but not where on the continent. So
There's not.
We could
There's
just like go down the entire coast for like a month or something, but it's probably a waste of time.
oh yeah,
There's
totally.
there's not like a more powerful version of Scry that's more like a GPS where we can just know where he is.
There is Greater Scrying, but that's, I think, a level 7 spell?
So that's a possibility. They're just gonna be difficult to find. Or actually, in the report there was that mage group. There would probably be someone there that could do it.
That is true.
Yeah, the Cypher Mage.
If we could show proof that we repaired Doc, maybe they'll do us a favor.
Oh yeah, they wanted him, right? Yeah, I had forgotten about that.
I did promise it to them.
Yeah.
Do
And
you
we
think?
did do it. Now we just have to prove it to them.
I mean,
and tracking down and possibly defeating an evil wizard might also be in their own interests, maybe. So that could be helpful.
so all we need to do is get back to Orna so that Farron can give us Doc back, and we can bring him over to Realport and see if they'll do that for us. That's a big.
Just simply knock on the Paranoid Gnome's door.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. I wonder how he's doing, considering how he was wrecked when you left Nava, and now we also escaped. So he's probably not very happy right now.
Oh no! Don't worry. I had Biggerton give him a message. He knows not to worry about us.
Okay, if you say so.
But yeah, and that's basically the best I could think of, is to do that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
Colleen in prison. Do we really want to get her out? like serious question.
Better question is,
Not
does it even
particularly.
matter? Because she's like probably broken out of prison a dozen times already.
Mm.
I mean, I feel like the more people against that wizard, the better.
Unfortunately, I don't think Colleen's very much against the wizard.
What? She totally
We can
wanted
ask
to
her.
kill him the most out of everyone.
Yeah, because of the parrot.
She also didn't want to hurt him because he had a parrot.
She was completely
What?
fine.
I wanted to
Wasn't fine.
kill him.
Yeah, she wanted to destroy him for having a pet.
He had a slave.
Yeah. That's another way of wording it. Like, someone who would be able to take him by surprise, like, would be extremely worthwhile. It's just until then, you need to promise not to actively try to kill anyone else of us. Please.
Well, she does have that attack duck. That might be useful.
So the duck is what we're actually recruiting. And Colleen is just like
Clearly.
baggage.
As Pineapple has shown, the pet or summon is better than the original owner, well, the master. Clearly.
Yeah, it's gonna be true for me too next level. So
I'm just the HP for Pineapple. That's it. I'm the hitbox.
Precisely. So fine, let's go talk to the guards and see what we can do.
I'm surprised Colleen hasn't gotten mad at Nava for having a pineapple.
She could tell Pineapple's happy.
Yeah.
This is something we've addressed in like episode 1.
Yeah.
Pineapple isn't even a real animal, so I'm not sure how she's on like non-real summoned entities.
Mm-hmm.
So are you guys going to head to the jail?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose.
So yeah, the four of you guys head to the jail. And sure enough, the same sheriff is there. She seems to be packing up for the day as another halfling guard is kind of stepping in to take the night shift. So she looks up as you guys enter. Says, "Oh, back so soon? You're here to visit Leon again?"
Go ahead.
Sure, I suppose, but unfortunately, Colleen is actually supposed to be in our care. Unfortunately, she's escaped numerous times and that friggin' sort of stuff. But there's let's just leave. There's an evil wizard and that sort of stuff, and use all the help we can get. Regretfully, as we are to.
Now hold on. Now, are you telling me that Colleen is your responsibility? Are you guardians of some sort?
It was.
If so, you've been horribly irresponsible.
She's very good at sneaking off.
I can't believe it. If that's the case, you will all need to be at her trial as well.
Oh darn.
What did she do this time?
Maybe you should go and talk to her yourselves. I'm not sure. I can't quite say what she's accused of right now. Unfortunately, the city's got me under a strict NDA in that.
Dang NDAs.
Gotta wait for embargo to lift.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a matter more for press. We don't want them reporting any half truths that may be coming out of the investigation.
I'm not sure how the press could record anything since none of us here are press. B, we've all got anti-scrying amulets on.
Look, I don't like the rules either, but I've got to deal with them same as you.
Look, basically the thing is, we're not exactly responsible for Colleen, but she's been following us for like weeks, and basically we've basically come to the conclusion if she's basically loose cannon either way, and we might as well.
She's gonna keep following us no matter what we do. She'll just escape from here. So
so basically decided that we might as well keep a watch on her.
We've kept a vampire here in this jail for over 100 years. What makes you think that she can get out?
Well, it's worth mentioning that the vampire is here by choice.
And
What
in
do
a
you
very
mean?
fancy cage.
Well,
I
yes,
assume
we
you don't
that
have the same for her.
specifically- No, but she's human, right?
I think so. Probably.
We're not sure.
Right.
If she's just human, then we shouldn't have to worry about it, right?
I'm pretty sure she's managed to set sewers on fire.
Oh yeah, that
She
happened.
literally blew up half of Daventry. Yeah.
Wait. Are you telling me that the events in Daventry from about a month ago, that's her fault?
Partially.
Unfortunately.
We can't say more under NDA, unfortunately.
Oh, very clever. Okay, look, I don't know what to say. I just want to go home. I've got a nice pot of stew and a nice bed waiting for me when I get home.
Alright,
Go in there and chat with her to your heart's content.
Okay.
My associate will
resolve
be
this
taking
tomorrow.
over guard duties for the night.
Just
Don't do anything stupid.
out of curiosity, what's her bail?
You can't afford her bail.
That's what I was thinking.
Wow, rude.
I mean, unless you've got approximately 10,000 gold on you.
No.
Just want to know. Just know what, to prepare for. And yeah, we're just gonna make our way in then.
All right. Enjoy. And she tosses on a hat and tosses her coat over her shoulder and walks out the door.
And we're gonna head in and ask. And I'm gonna immediately head in and ask Colleen, "What did you do this time, Colleen?"
Hey, look. I can't be responsible for every single time I need to liberate a slave from an oppressive person.
What did you steal this time? What?
I didn't steal anything. Look, there was
What
this
did you
guy.
kill this time?
Well, okay, that's a little bit better question. There was this guy on a horse, and he was hitting the horse pretty bad. I didn't much care for that, and I started giving him a little bit of treatment from his own medicine.
You murdered him, didn't you?
I mean, in a strict technical sense, but was he ever really alive in the first place?
Probably.
Yeah.
Don't you get solipsistic on us?
Okay.
Leon kind of peeks over his book and says, "You traveled with this sociopath?"
Not a
More like she traveled
sociopath.
with us.
I'm an animal pet.
More like she travelled with us. We didn't exactly choose her.
Hey, I saved your lives.
Whatever. And he looks
You
back
owe
down at his
me.
book.
With the worm, you owe me.
Well,
You
you
were
were a
you
good
were
distraction, true,
you
but eh.
you were trying to tame the death worm and make it a pet.
Yeah. Well, a friend. I don't like to use the word pet.
You also blew up half the sewer of Daventry. Or town of Daventry.
That was an unfortunate byproduct of attempting to save a parrot, as you well know. Are you saying I shouldn't save animals from evil wizards?
You killed it.
And I have been paying moral recompensation ever since. I cry every night.
But I think it's good to hear that you have some kind of moral, I guess.
But you're probably going to spend a while here in this jail.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Are you saying you're going to set fire to the jail somehow?
I mean, maybe as a byproduct. I
Leon
wouldn't mind.
Leon swiftly closes his book with a big thump and puts the book down and stands up from his cot. He looks over and says, "Look, is she going to be a useful asset on your journey?"
I'm like the only one that believes so, but I think so.
What do you say?
Colleen, will you protect these people?
As long as they're not mean to animals, sure. Why not?
Will you be mean to animals?
What would we?
Not unless they're attacking us.
Colleen, hold still. This won't hurt a bit.
It's gonna
I
be a
do.
yes, isn't it?
I like where this
And,
is going.
The Leon begins making a few hand signs and muttering under his breath. If you want to make a spellcraft check, you can figure out what spell he's casting.
Oh, I want
Hell
to know.
yeah.
Or you can just wait and find out.
I want to know.
I need to expend the crummy rolls on something not important.
Yeah, so you don't recognize from the casting alone, but actually Nava does. Now I need to actually look up the exact name of the spell.
That's why I wanted to know. It's more
The
work for
spell?
you.
The spell is Ice Crystal Teleport.
What?
So what happens is, Colleen, if you would like to make a save, it's a will save. If you trust Leon, then you don't have to.
I don't see any reason why I wouldn't.
All right, then ice begins to form around your legs and spreads over your body until you're encased in a large crystal of ice entirely, along with your
I
dog.
begin screaming as it happens and cursing,
Whoa,
saying,
whoa,
"Fuck
whoa,
you! I
whoa.
trusted you."
And then it's gone. The ice crystal's gone with Colleen and the duck. Next thing you know, Colleen, your ice crystal has been teleported to just outside the area of the town, just outside the boundaries of the town, and it melts, and you are perfectly fine and unharmed, and outside the
I'm
town.
gonna kill that vampire.
You're also wet.
Leon,
That's
what
what I'm
did you
gonna
do to
kill
her?
him.
I have moved her outside of the cell. She should be out to the east of the town.
Time to head out there before she sets fire to a building or something. I don't know what she'll do. And
Make
I'm
it
gonna go
quick.
grab my shit wherever I hit it.
Bring her away from this town.
Oh, we will.
Huh?
Thanks, Leon. It's appreciated.
Thank
We
you
should
for
tell the
getting her
guard
out of my
about this.
cell.
We should tell the guard about this, probably.
we probably shouldn't.
No, we should probably just keep it quiet.
So there was screaming, though, coming from the cell as Colleen was getting encased in ice. So actually, the guard does burst in. She looks around. What's going on in here?
Nothing.
Nothing, huh? What was that screaming?
Leon seemed to have done something to her. She's gone. I didn't quite understand it myself entirely, but
Where's the prisoner? Where's the human?
I don't know.
What, did you see what happened? Did you say Leon did something? Leon, what did you do? I simply did what needed to be done. That is unhelpfully vague, and you know that. What happened?
Sometimes vampires get hungry.
technically true.
You see a grin spread across Leon's face. I don't know a lot about vampires, but I'm pretty sure they don't eat people wholesale. That is simply impractical.
Well, he has been in prison for a while. He might be extra hungry.
We feed you a nice bloody steak every day. And Leon does kind of shrug and nod.
I mean, it's not the same though. Like, if you were eating the same thing every night
I don't know what
years,
exactly he did, but he was a bit upset at her and cast some kind of spell at her. Now she's gone. And I'm no spellcaster. I really don't understand what he did either.
Mm-hmm.
Leon, is she dead? I simply did what needed to be done.
Ah.
Gah! Leon, you're usually so helpful. What's going? What? God, I'm gonna need to fill out so much paperwork.
I mean, technically, it's less cost for you guys. You don't need to feed her or her duck.
I mean,
Like,
that's true. I don't know why she insisted on having the duck in the cell with her. Anyways, look, now she's got all this stuff that she left behind, and I'm gonna need to fill out proper reports for that, and the investigator's gonna need to get informed, and
Can we have her things for sentimental value?
I mean,
Now, presumably I hid my shit. Like, that's what
At least
happened the
the
first time I
important
was
stuff.
arrested.
that is true.
And I did say after I got out, I went to go get my shit wherever I hid it.
Yeah, that's true. That's reasonable. What
So
did
they
it
But you
laundry?
probably had something on you that wasn't worth hiding. I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
basically.
Yeah,
just-
that's probably true.
Sorry.
I probably have like seed and animal food.
Yeah, she just left behind the sack of seed. Like, if you want it, sure, take it.
Yes, I will. Thank you very much.
All right,
Pineapple
get
would
it.
like it.
Just take it out of. God, I've got so much work to do.
Look, it's gonna be okay.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, and you see her cast detect magic. You can tell she's not an experienced spellcaster. Dang it, she's not even invisible. What did you even do?
Well, no, like she's not of this world anymore.
Or
The-
she's
the guard
It
just
had to
storms
be
out.
done.
Guard storms out and comes back in with a big old bag of seed, drops it in front of you, then storms back out again, going, ah!
I'm so sorry for her.
As you guys, yeah, so that's, are you guys gonna leave the jail now, or are you gonna talk more with Leon?
Yeah,
No,
we're just gonna leave. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I
We
mean, just
don't want
very
her to get
briefly,
away.
they're just gonna show and tell him what happened to his sword. Yeah,
Oh,
just something very
That
brief.
is,
Yeah.
that is most interesting. I haven't seen anything like that in quite
Yeah.
some time.
Yeah, Bakerton called it a bound blade.
I suppose in the meanwhile, I'm gonna go look for Colleen, I suppose.
All right, as you're walking out, you see the halfling guard just. She's got a pile of paperwork she is furiously filling out in front of her. You hear her mutter under her breath, "There's no slot for eaten by vampire." Yes, that sword is most interesting. Yeah, it is a blade bound blade, to my knowledge.
It calls itself
So-
Hank.
It calls itself Hank. That is,
Yeah.
that's quite amusing. How smart are you, Hank? Hank can't telepathically communicate with anybody but you yet, can he?
No.
Well, oh well. Tell Hank that I said hello and that he served me well.
Though
as
he
my
can still
sword
hear
long
and
ago.
like perceive the words, so he hears what he says. He just can't.
Oh,
He just
it's
can't
been
speak.
quite
to
some
un-
time since I've dealt with that.
Yeah,
I apologize, Hank.
I'm just the only one that can hear him, but he can still hear on his own.
I do hope that Hank serves you as well as I suppose he served me in the past, if you can consider it even the same blade.
I think not actually, since he, from his perspective, he seems perceptive. Well, from his point of view, he just suddenly started existing. It was not that he was the blade and then like awakened. He just suddenly became. It's a bit weird.
That is most interesting. I'm afraid I never studied magic to the extent that, say, Farron's or Bakerton did. In fact, what I cast on Colleen was probably the extent of my higher powered magic. Regardless,
Expelled the extent of his magic, yeah.
most fascinating. Do have a safe journey, gentlemen.
We'll try. Bye.
Goodbye. And he gives a very polite bow. Say goodbye, Alfonso. Goodbye, everyone!
Goodbye, Alfonso.
I almost forgot about them, but almost. So yeah, I catch up with the rest.
All right. And now the party's all together. Yay!
Convenience.
We did it. We beat the
Now-
game.
Now
We
we just
read the terrorist.
need to head over to Honor wherever.
Yeah, I guess so.
It is pretty late at night.
Suppose it might be wise to camp then first, since because we have Colleen, we can't go back in town to sleep. Oh,
Well, she
I
can
mean, you
stay on
guys
her own.
could. I can sleep. I can sleep out in the woods.
You promised to wait for us.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I've never not waited for you.
That's true. That is accurate.
All right, so do you guys find a reasonable inn?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys hitch up at the 7 Silvers for the night.
Oh man. For
So-
everyone?
Well, the name of the inn is the 7
Oh.
Silvers. Amusingly enough,
oh.
a bed for the night is 5 silver. So that's 5 silver each.
The name is just for, tips.
Yeah, it's a nice little inn and tavern. Has a bartender behind the counter, halfling. He's cleaning a mug that never quite seems to get clean.
Mm-hmm.
And during the night, Nava, your dream is particularly vivid. And in fact, you start realizing partway through the dream that your dream is probably being magically affected some way.
Oh.
Now, what you dream, actually, is you dream Farron's standing in front of you. And he looks sheepish.
Hey.
Look, I tried to scry you to message you, and I couldn't. You must have not been so cooperative this time. Look, I made a mistake. I made a very big mistake. I was overprotective because I knew what dangers you have for you, and frankly, I didn't trust you to handle them. But apparently, I don't have a choice anymore. I feel bad, but I also don't feel that I was wrong, per se. I do hope that I am. Look, enough beating around the bush. I did some more research for you. I actually did scry his right hand further. I found out where exactly his hideout is. I found his exact location. It's actually one of the islands in the Ring Isles. It's close to the southern area. It's nearest to Orna, which is why I've actually detected that he's headed there now, probably to gather more information. Maybe he's just doing something as simple as a food run. I don't know. But he's headed there now. But Doc is currently on his way up north, toward Riddleport specifically. Doc has the exact coordinates of this island, and he can get you there. It might not be so easy to cross the ocean, which is why I've also given him enough money for you all to buy your own boat.
Oh, swanky.
I'm not quite sure how much boats cost these days, but what I gave you should be enough. Look, he's going to be at Riddleport in about 6 days. If you could meet him there, it's going to be at Pegleg Pete's Tavern on the docks. You got that?
I got that.
I'll keep an eye on Zrydan's movements. Be safe, please. It's not just your lives that are at stake here.
Apologies accepted.
Thank you. I am sorry. Hopefully the ship and the coordinates will help alleviate some of the inconvenience. Balance out my karma a little, we'll see.
Don't worry, we know what we're doing. Once we're done, we'll pay a visit. Just show that we're all right, and we'll see what we can do to make amends. All right?
Oh, okay. While I am attempting to put confidence in you, I still am fearful for my own safety, so I will be remaining in Meridia for the time being.
That's fine. That's completely fine.
I will let you know if I end up relocating somewhere.
Sounds good.
Good luck.
Stay safe.
And he blinks out of existence. And it's the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Dream spell is really uncomfortable. Barging in like that.
No privacy.
You tell us about this, Raocow?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like first thing we do over breakfast is I try to retell as exactly as I can the whole conversation.
I imagine you guys are like grabbing breakfast in the inn, but I'm curious, what does Colleen do for breakfast?
Mushrooms.
Cool, just standard foraging.
Mushrooms and berries.
She also grows like 3 feet.
Okay. Well, after breakfast, if that's the case, maybe. I wonder if we could make a detour to see Leon or not. Probably not. I think the guards are probably annoyed with us.
Yeah, I think it's best to give it a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's head out and eat Colleen and head to Riddleport.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys head on out to Riddleport. And after 2 days of uneventful travel, you do in fact arrive there.
Mm-hmm.
So that leaves us.
You were in Riddleport, and you've got 4 days until Doc will arrive at Pegleg Pete's Tavern.
Yeah.
Nava, you mentioned something about a homicidal skeleton, right? We might as well clean up this shit.
Are stronger than we used to. Okay. Hitch a ride on Pineapple. We're gonna fly around and we'll try to spot it in the alleys, alright?
Sounds good.
But if anything happens, if you look in danger, we're getting out of there.
Makes sense. Better safe than sorry. Yeah, alright.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone want in?
Sure, he
Sure.
ambushed me. He was very rude.
Sure.
All right.
Pineapple's gonna be able to ride with me and Don, because Don is small, but we'll be able to spot him, and we'll tell you where he is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys are flying over the winding streets of Riddleport. And there's a lot of alleyways to cover. Roll me a perception check.
Alright.
Hilariously, you probably should have actually taken me because I've actually upped my percentage of perception.
Well, you didn't volunteer.
Yeah,
So
I would have, but done.
let me also roll Pineapple. He's a little
Mr. Pineapple's got surprisingly good perception.
Mhm.
Is it really surprising if everybody else doesn't have any perception?
Hot damn. Yeah, Pineapple, everybody else is, like, you're looking in the alleys and you see some people walking occasionally. But Pineapple recalled that the skeleton tended to hang out on the edges of the alleys trying to lure people in. And sure enough, Pineapple does see the skeleton kind of sitting at the edge of the alley, kind of as if looking for some sort of prey. And it does look like the same black-robed skeleton. Oh, by the way, let's move our pictures here to Riddleport.
Well, that's funny. Plot hook that's getting bitten.
All right, so what do you guys do? You have in fact found him.
All right. So
Look.
tell everyone who wants in where he is. I would rather like fly off and go like on the other side of the alley so that if he like tries to run off, can like get him by surprise.
I don't want to be like the like just sniping him from afar, but yeah, I'd rather be safe. So I suppose you could drop me off on the roof, I suppose, while so I can provide supporting fire.
Got it. No.
I'm engaging him.
I'll keep an eye on him with my duck, I guess.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not
cool.
sure how good. I'm not sure how good my weapons would be. I've got swords, but
So basically, you guys kind of slowly surround him.
It's
Yeah.
looking like that, yeah.
basically.
All right, so Don and Pineapple, or Don and Nava are approaching from the alleyway, I guess.
oh,
then-
FYI, by the way, I think I got a ninja trick last. I should have. So if all checks out, I have that one that if you move half speed, you get to use my stealth modifier, modified by armor.
Oh, that's that. Yeah, no, I actually didn't get a chance to-
My stealth modifier is plus 18.
Oh wow! So if,
Is
as
that
long as you
before
guys,
or after armor class penalty?
What? That's before.
Shame.
but still, that's insane. So
Yeah.
just as long as you guys are moving half speed, you get a plus 18.
So mind if I draw on this surface?
Actually, I could just be like Galura. I could ask.
Not all. Here, actually, let me widen this map a little bit and throw in a little bit of an alleyway map for you guys.
All right, yeah.
Like the
Anyway,
skeleton
I don't
doesn't
mind
know
being the one that
attack
confronts
of
him
me.
directly from the front.
But yeah,
All right.
okay.
So
what's even with your armor? What's your armor check penalty, Don?
-5, I think. Let me check.
That's still a plus 13.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's kind of ridiculous, honestly.
-6 actually, but yeah.
12.
12, yeah.
Man, they won't hear that paladin coming.
Oh wait, no, the -6 is no. Yeah, you're right. Am I? No, I forget. Whatever. Spelled out and it's kind of silly. But now I was thinking if I could just like act as a decoy. He doesn't know me, so I could just like ask him for that I'm looking for somebody who's been killing people in the area lately. So he goes into the alley, so he's out of the way, and people don't freak out when the fight breaks out.
all right, let me get some copies of your tokens.
Yeah, I think an even a more safer way. If you say to him that we are asking for, I can't speak today apparently, but if you tell him that we're looking for someone that kills people in alleys, he might get wary. But if you just ask him, oh, hey, you look like someone who has business to do. You want to do business with us or something like that? I don't know.
Well, it
You
feels
look like someone who has business to do.
It feels like
I don't know.
by Mike's. That makes you just need to look like you're looking for something, and he'll approach you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he usually asks what we're looking for, and then pretends that he knows.
I still need it.
On the pretense to do people into the alleyway. I actually intend to abuse that so he gets out of the way where people
Yeah.
can get, can see the fire.
That's a duck. Tiny.
All right, so out here is where the main alley is. Let me get a skeleton token.
So all this is like the inner alley and stuff.
Yeah,
This is the
I'm
main
just
road.
placing you guys willy-nilly, really. Here's a skeleton. I need to get a pineapple for you guys.
Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna land here,
Pineapple.jpg. There you are.
and my plan is I do not have control over pineapple.
Yeah, I'm about to give that to you.
Okay.
Controlled by...
Wait a sec. Did we level up to level 7 last time? Because...
No, you guys are level 6.
Oh, good, because I was wondering if I messed up somehow. My token still doesn't have correct HP.
There. All right.
So basically, what I'm doing is I'm gonna station pineapple here, but as soon as the skeleton looks like it's gonna be hostile, I'm readying my action to cast Create Pit underneath him.
Okay. All right. So everybody else, are you all approaching from the alleyway?
I was good. Well,
I think me
I
and
was-
Don is gonna approach from outside. Or well,
Uh-huh.
not
Yeah.
like just try to get him to approach us.
It's
yeah.
not Paladin stop coming from behind.
All right. So everybody who's approaching from the main road, just move yourself up to the top of this little area.
Mhm.
And then so Relgil and Colleen are going to be approaching from the alley.
I'm going in stealth.
Yeah,
Um,
no, you
yeah,
are so
sure.
stealth.
What did you say? Oh,
I'll go ahead and do stealth as well. Why not?
All right, so you guys are coming in from the alley behind. Nava's on top of the building with Pineapple, and then you two are approaching from the front. So hold on, let me pull up the picture of a skeleton here, which I still have in the GM
There's
player.
my stealth check.
Do I need to make
Cool.
a stealth check?
I mean, you technically could use mine if you wanted to. I don't know what your armor check penalty is.
If you're trying to be stealthy, then yeah, you should probably make a stealth check.
So what do I roll if I want to use Regal's mad power?
I don't think. Are you wearing any armor?
No,
Then
Plus
plus
18.
18.
like it's leather armor. So
Yeah, no, that's going to be a straight plus 18.
Good thing natural ones don't matter in skill checks.
Yeah, no, you're lucky that Pathfinder isn't that mean of a system. All right. So yeah, you guys are all stealth in the alleyway there, and then yeah. So Don and Velmir are approaching from the front. Are you guys just gonna casually walk by?
I'm just gonna look around to if the others are actually properly stealthed.
Yeah.
I'm also going to send my duck out as a scout ahead of time.
All right. Okay. So there's.
Yeah, I don't see you guys at all.
So how close is the duck gonna get?
Oh, relatively close. It's going to stay to the rooftop area. So.
Okay.
you don't see anyone.
You don't even see the skeleton standing in front of you.
Yeah, they look so stealth. You're not even sure they're there. Like you're getting nervous that maybe they didn't get stationed correctly.
That's perfect. That sells the bluff even better because it's not even a bluff anymore.
But as you're kind of walking by, the skeleton, sure enough, he kind of saunters on up. Says, "Oh, hey there. You look like
Excuse me.
you're a little lost here. Is that the case? Can I help you get around to Riddle Park?"
Well, my friends were supposed to be in the area. Have you seen them?
Oh, I can't say I have. What do your friends look like?
Just like the usual people. There's 3 of them around. They really should have been around here. One of them has like a little pet bird. Have you seen someone like that?
Some of the pet bird. You know, I believe I may have. I believe, actually, yes. Yes, I did see someone with a pet bird. They were actually just down this alleyway. Follow me.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you very kindly.
Yeah. he turns around to lead you back down the alleyway. Are you guys
Yep.
gonna follow?
Yep.
Yeah. Slowly.
So I assume Colleen and Ralgil are going to kind of move around the corner or something, so that he doesn't walk literally
I don't
into
know
it.
if am I like,
Well,
Oh,
is this area still alley?
No, that's the main road.
Oh,
He's leading them back toward you guys because you guys are in the alley.
okay. I'm gonna move over here then.
sure.
All right. Yeah, I can imagine that you guys are just like hidden behind a bin or something.
I prep an alchemist fire, ready for attack.
All right. So he keeps leading you guys back to about here-ish.
Oh.
What?
Okay. I didn't realize we were moving this far back. I was gonna try and block the other side or something, but I would get moving back then if that was good.
Pineapple is getting
Okay.
anxious.
If you would have kept moving back, I can draw out a little bit more of this area for you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like another alley they can hide in.
Yeah. So let's just say there's another alley here.
I would have hid like right there then.
All right. Colleen, would you have stayed where you are?
I don't know. So can I double? I'm not quite sure is the layout. Can I double back around here and how did?
Basically,
yeah.
I'm saying that that it basically initially Terrence wasn't considering how far back the skeleton would be leading them, so I let him retcon and say that he was down in that alley.
Sure,
A
I'll be
minor
down there.
retcon.
Okay, cool. Where he leads you guys back to that here. I assume you guys are right behind him.
Yeah.
Keeping a moderate distance.
He turns around and says, something. It might have been back this way, and he steps forward to stab you with a dagger, Velmer.
Oh no!
So
I'm gonna spend a Kai point to act in the surprise round,
Okay, that's right. You can do that.
and I'm going to go and move up to here behind him.
See, this is also simultaneously happening with raocow creating a pit.
He thought it
Actually,
was.
I'm going to move here and attack with a shuriken.
He thought he was ambushing us, but no, it was.
We found our friends. They were right here.
All right. So I will say that the shuriken resolves, and then the pit, and then whatever he manages to still get off.
How big is the pit, by the way, raocow?
I can make it 30 by 30, but I'm not going to do that because on break buildings. Like I can make it smaller, so I'll make it 20 by 20.
I mean,
No,
10 by 10.
each is a 5, yeah, so 10 by 10.
Oh, so basically this square right here is... So basically,
Can I... Does it need to be a cube? Like, could I make it...
Basically that box right there is where you're
Yeah,
going to fit.
can I do that, but go at my max depth of 30 feet?
I believe so. Let me double check with Create Pit. I believe that's how it works. Like you get a certain number of square feet to work with. Actually, it's always a 10 by 10 hole, and how deep it is determined by your level. And you're level 6, so it gets to be 30 feet deep.
Okay, so yeah.
Well,
So that's
Okay, well, I'm gonna go and fire my shuriken at him. I believe range sneak attack exists, doesn't it? Oh, and anyways, I did crit damage with my shuriken.
Holy crap! Okay. Well, crit
Minimum
damage
damage.
still only 2 damage extra.
Yeah, but I believe sneak attacks work with ranged weapons. I think.
I think you need. I'm almost positive that you need a rogue talent for that.
Do you? I can't remember.
Attack.
I mean, in 5th edition, there's a rogue talent for it, at least. I don't know.
Oh no, it says within 30 feet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, basically everything I'm finding from a quick Google is pulling up that, yeah, you're
Yeah,
probably good.
I would actually get it anyways because it's a surprise round.
Yep. So, yeah, you also get your sneak attack damage, which is bonkers.
Which I think is 3d6.
I believe so as well, yeah. Damn. All right, so yeah, you just did 17 damage right off the bat. The shuriken
Not
to the
bad.
back of the head. All right, and then Nava, you create a pit, so he gets to roll a reflex save. What's his reflex save gotta be?
Oh, okay, what's my... That's just my spell DC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be... 16.
16. All right. So what does he roll? He rolls 11, which is not enough. So he
man.
falls down this pit and takes 3d6 damage.
Hell yeah.
4, 2, 6. So he takes 12 more damage.
Man.
This skeleton not having a great day. He is very bloody, by the way.
He's skeleton
Oh, yeah.
bloodied.
He's like falling apart. Like he tries to put his arm back in its socket as he stands back up, and he just kind of looks around and is like,
Thanks for the help. It seems we found our friends.
he shouts, "Curse you!" and casts Burning Gaze on. Who can he even see? He can see the people at the edge of the pit, so he can basically see
3 of us, yeah.
Ralgil and Velmir the most. He casts it on Velmir.
Sure.
So
I was taunting him.
You-
Makes sense.
yeah, you've got to roll me. Hold on. Is it will or is it reflex or Burning Gaze? It is. Oh, it's fortitude. Pff, I wasn't even close.
Mediocre.
Yeah, that's not. That's just barely not enough, basically. So you take 4 fire damage.
Oh,
And also, you need to make a reflex save to avoid catching fire from this.
Damn it.
Well, you're on fire,
no.
so every turn you're going to take a d6 of fire damage.
Can I stop, drop, and roll?
I don't see why not. So if you want to take your full round action to stop, drop, and roll.
Yes.
I think there are rules about that. Like you have to roll something sort of save to put out the fire manually. I don't remember.
I know that it takes a full round action to try to put it out.
Putting out fire.
Use
Maybe
a
it's
fire
an environment-
extinguisher, you numbnuts.
There is environmental rules here. Catching fire. Let's see. Dousing a fire. Dousing fire requires a large amount of water. Other than that's like literally water, though. A character on fire may automatically extinguish the flames by jumping into enough water. If there are no water in the hand, roll on fire with cloaks or the likes permits the character another save with a +4 bonus.
Okay, it looks like it's a DC 15 reflex. Wait, hold on. Oh, it's just another save. So you get basically by spending a full round action, you get another reflex save to the same DC.
Except you have a +4 bonus if you're rolling on the ground.
Yeah, okay.
Will.
So yeah, make a reflex
So-
save with a +4 bonus.
Aha!
Oh yeah, you just put yourself out immediately. Like you fall on the ground and the fire's gone. Like the instant you touch the dirt, it's just poof, it's gone.
I knew it was well worth the time to practice this maneuver.
I'm gonna say, for the sake of just making this quick, because the skeleton is nearly dead. Colleen, you go next.
Oh.
I'll throw fire at him.
All right, roll me an attack roll.
Alright, one sec.
Just gonna lob a potion down on him.
What's Colleen's initiative modifier anyway?
I think it's like +3.
Yeah, plus. Oh no, it's +5. Or yeah, +5.
Railgills
Mine's
with that
plus
kite.
6.
Railgills with that kite.
Or no, it's
ability-
+8. No,
Look-
it's +8.
Oh, I was gonna. Well,
My
I was
dex
gonna say.
modifier is 8.
Whatever. Colleen goes now.
Whatever.
I'm just trying to make it so that
It
not
doesn't
everybody
matter.
needs to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Because this will probably end very quickly.
We just kind of killed it during the surprise round almost.
Mm-hmm.
Completely forget how to do these. Base attack bonus plus dex.
Yep.
So 6 plus. Hey there, me.
Yeah, we're getting a little feedback. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And it's stopped.
No, not plus 0. Plus. That's 13 because it's +9.
Okay. Actually, that might actually be enough. No, it's not enough.
Well, I mean, if she's just targeting a square or whatever.
Does Alchemist Fire have a splash damage? I think it does, actually.
It doesn't say on my sheet, but it probably should.
I thought that was the point of Alchemist Fire, is that it spreads.
Yeah, it's got 1 point of splash damage, which is fun because that was exactly how much health he had left.
I suppose I'm just gonna channel energy just to make sure it stays dead and Velma gets healed. Also, it's 3d6.
All right. So, poof, everybody heals for 11, and that skeleton is definitely very, very dead. Yeah, you came back with a vengeance on that guy.
Well,
No
there's
more-
now a better place.
And no more. And well, no more. No more skeleton. No more people be dying mysteriously from a skeleton.
And it turns out the skeleton was like a member of the Associated Skeletons League, and we're going to get sued for murder or something.
Look, it was self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
It was self-defense,
Delayed
hunting down the skeleton.
self-defense.
This was a self-defense ambush.
Mm-hmm.
A very novel one.
The interesting logistical problem of there's now a pit permanently in the city alleyway.
Oh,
It's not
gonna.
permanent.
Yeah, it's gonna fix itself.
Oh, it's not a permanent.
So will
It
it
lasts
bury the
7
skeleton
rounds.
or will it push him up?
Pushes him up.
Okay.
It's funny
Yeah.
because pits are like extra dimensional space, so if you make a pit in a thin floor, it doesn't like make you go through the floor, it actually creates a pit there. It's weird.
It's
It's
more
very
like
carefully
It all
worded.
sinks in.
it's more a pocket dimension. than
Yeah, that's
pits.
closer to it.
And then we get to loot the skeleton, see what was on the.
I mean, I want to know what has it. I'm gonna jump in the pit.
No,
All right.
I'm gonna wait. I was just gonna wait till the pit disappeared.
That's not enough for me to be affected by the falling, so I'm just gonna jump right in.
All right. Yeah, you hop on down, and he's got a sack with 190 gold in it. He's got a dagger on him, and he's also got a wand of Ray of Exhaustion.
Is the dagger magic?
You cast Detect Magic, and sure enough, it is magic.
Oh, man.
Nava, he said 190 gold, not 119.
Whoops. Sorry.
Yep, that is now correct. And yes, it is magic. If you'd like to roll a spellcraft check, you can try to figure out exactly how it's magic.
Heck yeah. God damn it.
I mean, Ray of Exhaustion is pretty useful, even if they make the Fortitude saves like -2 penalty to Strength and Dexterity, which affects anything that implies combat, really. It's pretty useful.
And
Yeah,
besides,
so
and besides from that, I've actually got a pretty decent use magic skill. So even if I could probably figure it out, I don't know. Can you use magic to figure out how to
Yeah.
cast to?
yeah, so you don't know how the stagger's magic, but you know it's magic.
Oh, the dagger's magic.
Yeah.
Mhm. But we don't know what kind.
Also, he's got a
What's my
tattered robe
ID?
if anybody wants it. but,
13.
like,
I don't particularly need it. I don't think anyone here wants a tattered robe.
Oh no. What color is it?
it's black.
I mean, if you
Nah.
want to
Pretty
infiltrate an evil
chic.
cult,
So,
Maybe.
anyway, that's 38 gold per person if you divide it up fairly.
All right, let's do that. So 30, you said?
38.
38. Nice. All right, so in game time, that killed about 10 minutes.
oh, so as you can see, if there's any, wonder if there's a local bounty board or something like that. See if there's a quick quest we could.
Or maybe if someone
Oh.
wanted to have that skeleton killed, already got like his stuff as proof.
Mm-hmm. So
And we can just bring the corpse if it's so required.
So I forget. So who's taking what? Other than the gold has been split.
Yeah. I don't really care for anything of his.
Nor do I.
anything. The one should be probably on Nava on me, but other than that.
There's a dagger that's magic, but we don't know what it does. Feels dangerous to carry.
I mean, you
I
can ask
cast Detect
Summer.
Evil on it, at least.
It's not evil. But you do feel a lot of lingering evil on that skeleton, man. He was real evil.
I don't feel bad at all for killing him.
Yeah, but let me take a look
Well,
at it. It was
I
spellcraft
didn't
check,
do
right?
anything to kill him.
mm-hmm.
Was it a
yeah,
spellcraft check to check the knife? I want to give it a go as well as in.
Yeah, go for it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a +1 dagger.
Oh.
Oh. Boring +1.
It's a boring +1 dagger.
I thought
Yeah,
it was
but
like
It's still a
flame
magic
or something.
weapon, though, which was a problem last time we tried to fight a ghost.
But not for me.
A weapon technically needs ghost touch in order to hit a ghost. It
Yeah,
can't
but
just be
50%
magic.
to hit is better than no percent to hit, so
That's true.
I suppose Relga can use it.
well, me? Yeah, I could probably snag it. I probably won't use it regularly, but I can have it as a backup.
All right,
Yeah.
sounds good.
That's better than most of us.
So, if no one wants a wand, I'll carry it.
Sounds good.
Can make people tired. Wow.
I mean, again, I've got a +11 to have using magic. I could probably use it if need be.
I've got +13. How much does Nava have?
Magic device uses +11 for me.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a magic guy.
Yeah, but I've got other things to invest my points in than use
Yeah.
magic.
I've got the opposite problem. I've got like 3 skulls I put points in regularly, and the rest is all just over the place.
Mm. I have that problem. I've got scattered points in a bunch of stuff.
I mean, sometimes it's good. Like, you don't want to be over specialized.
I mean, my stealth skill is insane.
Yeah, +18 is completely
That
bonkers.
is...
At level 6 +18, yeah.
Wait, where do you go? I can see one enemy. Has he left?
Ain't nobody seeing my ninja. Despite
Because nobody else has a perception modifier worth talking about, so.
well, I've got a +9 perception.
You can perceive yourself. Good job.
Oh, that would be the best ninja. So stealthy you can't even see yourself.
I hope I forgot myself.
So what else are you guys gonna do today?
again, probably I don't know. Look about, see if there's a bounty board. Otherwise,
We only could take a visit by the Elf Punches and see how's the book's doing.
And I want to go to the Wizard College to tell them that Doc is on the way.
All right. So,
Yeah.
Raocow swings by the bounty boards and doesn't manage to find any bounties for an alley skeleton by any chance. And let's resolve Elf Puncher books first. Who's going to Elf Puncher books?
Well, me, obviously. And if you want to call him along, I don't care.
Yeah, I'll probably go along with Melgil just to see if there's any help needed somewhere.
All right. So yeah, you guys head on over to Elf Puncher Books, and sure enough, Grimdark Elf Puncher is there in the maze-like store that he runs.
Figures that a Minotaur would have a maze-like store.
Oh yeah, the shelves are just floor to ceiling, and it's impossible to navigate around. But at the center of the small maze is in fact Grimdark himself.
Yep.
And he looks up when you guys make it to the center. He says, welcome back to Elf Puncher Books. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Delmir?
Not quite Velmir.
All right. That was it.
Well,
What can I help you gentlemen with today?
How has it been going with the book I left with you?
I mean, books sell about as well as they usually do in Riddleport. Mostly it's the old pulp fiction stuff that.
No, I mean the book that I left with you. That was written by a golem.
The book. Oh yes, yeah. That's right. That's right. Oh, you're the one who brought me. Right, that was the book written by the golem. You said.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I sent it off to a local publisher. As I sent off a manuscript for them to take a look at. And they thought it was fine, but there were just parts of it that needed filling in. They said that they'd be willing to team an editor up with the writer of the book in order to get it publishable.
Actually, the writer is on his way here. It's gonna be a few more days, but he's coming.
No kidding. All right.
No
well,
kidding.
that works out perfectly then.
Yep.
Can you give me a time estimate of when he'll be here?
Oh, is it like 5 or 4 more days?
As far as you know, it should be 4 days.
Okay, 4. Yeah, about 4 days.
4 days. All right. Yeah, sure. I'll clear my schedule. Bring him in anytime that day, and I'll be more than happy to hook him up with the editor, and hopefully we can get that book published. They're actually pretty pleased with what's there so far. It just needs a little bit of work.
Though I'm not sure if we're gonna have the time directly that day. We'll see. We have business to attend to, but if not that day, shortly thereafter.
Sure thing. Just swing by and let me know.
Yep.
Anything else I can help you with?
No, it was just that.
All right. Well, stay
Good luck
safe
with
out
your
there.
books. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I leave.
All right.
If there wasn't a bounty board or whatever, I was gonna probably see if I could find the city center or something. Where the city council or something like that.
Well, there was a bounty board actually. It's posted right outside the Golden Goblin Gambling Hall, which kind of makes up the center of the town. And the bounty board there just didn't have any mention of an alley skeleton.
Which, wonder if there's any mention of the people disappearing in alleys.
There wasn't any mention of anything like that.
That's odd.
It's Riddleport, yeah.
They used to people just vanishing.
It's not the safest place.
Mm-hmm.
Let's handle Nav at the Cypher Mage College. Anybody else going to be with him for that?
Colleen?
Maybe.
Why would I go to the Cypher College?
Just wondering, you're the only person who hasn't decided on going anywhere yet.
I don't really know where I'd go. To be brutally honest.
I mean, that's
you could check out
that's
you could check out the place where the wall market used to be. I mean,
I guess.
rebuilding it.
Well, if they're rebuilding it, I might try and sabotage it. I guess I don't know.
Here I am encouraging her to commit terrorism again.
Let's.
I might head there, but I'm certainly not going to the random college.
Let's handle Cypher Mage College next then. So, Nava, you actually go to the Cypher Mage College for the first time.
Mhm.
It's a pretty large series of buildings across the northern section of the city. They're all substantially fancier than a lot of the other ones around Riddleport. A lot of Riddleport feels very rundown and old, but the Cypher Mage College seems pretty new. It seems like the stonework hasn't been there for a terribly long time. It looks like they're expanding a lot. You have buildings of various architectural styles, and looks like it wasn't all built at once, but you've got probably a solid 15 to 20 buildings across this campus.
All right. Is there like a particularly prominent building near the entrance to the campus?
Yes, you actually see two major buildings toward the center, toward the main entrance of the campus, and you see one labeled administration and one labeled student union.
Administration is probably what I want.
All right. So yeah, you head on in, and there's a human woman behind the desk who looks up at you as you entrances. Yes. How can I help you? Do you have an appointment to see one of the administrators?
About half a month ago, I spoke with someone on the subject of Doc.
Doc. Is that could you give me some sort of information on this Doc?
The Golem.
Golem. You probably want to speak with Varant then. He is just going to be getting out of a meeting in about 10 minutes, actually. And he's going to be going on lunch break shortly. So you can probably catch up with him then. He'll let me know when, if you need a full proper meeting, he'll let me know when he can fit that into his schedule. But right now it looks like he should be cleared for his lunch block here in about 10 minutes.
So he's coming here?
Oh yes, his office is just down the hall.
All right, yeah, so
I ask that you don't go there. Just please take a seat. He'll be out shortly.
No, yeah, I'll wait. It's not a problem.
And sure enough, you take a seat, and about 10 minutes later, that same wizard with the wizened beard, and he kind of steps out of his office and walks down the hall. And as he starts like walking past you until he stops like mid-step and turns to you and takes a step backwards and says, "I believe we've met before. Are you Nava?"
I am indeed, and 4 days, sir. And Doc will be back in Riverport.
Doc will be back here. Is that good news? Is Doc repaired?
He has been repaired.
Well, I am most happy to hear that he's been repaired, but unfortunately that means we won't be able to study him as we had hoped.
Oh, but he's still autonomous.
Oh, I do understand this, but a lot of our more invasive magical checks and research that we were planning on performing on his, for lack of a better word, corpse, simply would be impossible or something beyond what he would be willing to let us do in his more living state.
Man, considering how psyched you guys were about me getting to repair him, I'm a little surprised by,
Oh, don't misunderstand me. I am absolutely thrilled to hear that he is back up and walking. It's comforting to know that something that special has not been lost.
I'm happier to hear that.
Now, please do not misunderstand. We here are, many of us are very good friends with Doc, myself included. But simply a lot of the research that we would wish to do is too invasive for his tastes at current.
Well, I mean, now you'll know he's around. Just gotta wait for him to die again, I guess.
I suppose
Morbid.
so. I do hope that he does outlive me, but if he does not, there is much that we can learn. It is good to see you, and please do send Doc my way if he has not already expressed interest in visiting. I would like to catch up.
Like I said, 4 days. We might be busy, we might not, but he'll be in town if you want to try and catch him.
Excellent news. Please do take care of yourself. And take care of Doc, too.
Alright,
That conversation sounded like disappointment all around.
Yeah. Alright, with that, my business here is done. I'm gonna fly around town, I guess.
All right.
I'm curious, were there any bounties on the bounty board for like quests or something that could be formed in like a couple days or something?
It looked like there were a lot of bounties for mostly pirates, mostly those on the high seas. So maybe something would be a little harder to get while in town.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like something that might be of interest in a few days when we are on the seas ourselves. So that's good to know, at least.
Mm-hmm. But up until then, I suppose, guess we don't have a lot to do for the next 3 days. Really.
I mean, you could go sightseeing, even though it's not exactly pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there are more Halley skeletons. Gonna grind up.
As I said, the guy's a member of the skeleton guild.
You keep talking like that, and Spencer's going to make that a reality.
So you did notice, actually, as you were entering town, that the wall market has actually almost been completely rebuilt. They've got an opening soon banner hanging over the entrance that seems to indicate that they'll be opening in 2 days.
I'm a little disappointed about that.
I suppose I can go investigate that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. There's the wall market is out toward the main entrance to the city, so there's a lot of local merchants and stuff in carts and permanent buildings that are set up along the entryway, who seem to be grumbling more amongst each other as the wall market is slowly growing in the skyline again. These were the ones who were cheering furiously with you when the wall market originally fell.
Oh. I guess I'll approach some of them. Yes, and say, what's going on around here? How the hell is this thing back?
Wouldn't a lot of us like to know? I don't know where they keep getting all the money. It's absurd. Seriously, they've brought in so many workers in such a short amount of time, and the only reason you don't see them bustling around now is they're on their lunch break. I swear, you wait around here about an hour and you'll see hordes of them just coming back and working on this place. I'm surprised it's only going to be 2 more days until it's rebuilt at this rate. I'm guessing they mostly are doing interior design at this point, getting the shelves set up in the right order, or to be perfect for shopping along with everything. Bah, makes me sick.
Do you know anyone who's working on this project?
No, they all got shipped in from out of town, apparently. No, they aren't hiring any of the local workers, so they don't even do anything for our economy here. It's awful. Can't stand it.
In that case, I'm gonna walk up to approach the building. You said it's mostly up by now? but they're just doing interior work?
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure that everything, even like the staircase and stuff inside, are set up. It's probably just hollow at this point. They just put the roof on a couple days ago.
Okay. Visually, how does it look? How complete does it look?
It looks super complete from the outside. Like you
Okay.
can just some of the windows have like basically wooden boards over them, but the outside looks great. It looks like it's a brand new building.
How is
Actually,
the Okay. How is how are the do I see any workers around? I must see at least a few, like a foreman or
Yeah. There's a couple seated on benches near the entrance. Seem to be quietly muttering amongst each other. One of them's eating a ham sandwich.
Alright. I suppose I'll approach one of them.
All right. You approach, and they immediately stop talking, and the three of them look up at you.
I say, I'm from HQ. I'm here to inspect the building.
They look amongst. Actually, roll me a bluff check.
Do I even have bluff? I don't know.
It's just raw
You
charisma
know-
if you don't have any points in it.
Instead of that, I'm gonna say, look, I'm here to inspect the building. Let me in, or it'll be your head.
Oh, so you're going for an intimidate check instead. All right, roll that.
Yes. And I growl. I do my best gruff foreman impression.
It's pretty all right.
They look amongst each other and they look at you really confused. And one of them like shakes a little bit and is like,
Time is money.
and then the guy next to him slaps him in the back of the head. And then then they laugh, and the one in the center actually he looks up at you. And he says something in abyssal. You think? It definitely
reply
wasn't
in-
common.
I reply in Draconic.
What do you say?
I say, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you if you don't let me in.
Oh man, going with the direct approach. I
I don't have time for your shit.
The worker shrugs and then says in common, "Look, can you give us any proof you're from HQ?" How about this?
I show them.
Who is your boss?
I show them parts of my alchemist lab. I say, this is the shit. This is what I've been told to test the structural integrity of the building with.
Roll me a bluff check.
I'm surprised you don't have bluff.
Oh no!
Wow.
Nope. I was so ready to give it to you too. All right. They just start laughing, and the one in the center says, "Come back when you get a job with Walmart."
All right. I take one of my acid potions, my acid flasks, and I throw it on the ground,
In front of them,
and directly in front of them.
so that it splashes on them, or like just as a show of force.
Oh, maybe a little bit, but mostly as a show of force, and so they can see it begin to eat away at the ground.
I'm gonna say that you splash it a bit on them, so they take
Yeah.
1 point of splash damage each. They start howling and yelping, and they all stand on top of the bench, like
I
trying to
say
brush the acid off their legs.
Keep your voices down. Let me in. I don't have time for this right now.
You see one of them, the one on the right, take 2 fingers and put the tips of the fingers on his earlobe, and he mutters something in abyssal.
I rip his his fingers out of his ears so he can hear me. And I
all
say,
right.
you're not paid enough to die.
Roll me a combat maneuver bonus check. So you're trying to grapple him in a sense.
So, okay. One. So I want to clarify something. When it says Dex modifier, that's okay. That makes way more sense. Okay.
Hold on. Are you sure that's not a combat maneuver defense?
Oh, that's what I did. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
You wanted what?
Combat maneuver bonus.
Oh, so that's a +5. So 23.
Okay. That's still definitely enough to, like, grab both of his arms and, like, shout in his face.
Oh, I'm not going to shout. I'm going to say it quite quietly and purposefully.
All right.
Pointedly.
What are the exact words you were saying again?
You're not paid enough to die. Unless you disagree.
This man looks so confused. he just doesn't know what's going on. But just a few seconds later, the doors of the wall market burst open, and you see actually what. Hold on. Roll me a knowledge planes check if you have it.
No, I don't have it.
Okay. Yeah, basically this thing looks like a demon of some sort. Steps out. He's rather humanoid. He's got 2 big red wings. His skin's completely red. He's got horns and pointy ears.
Oh, great. Wall market is demonic.
And he walks forward and folds his arms up, stares at you right in the face, and says something in Abyssal.
I reply in Draconic. What's the name of the dragon? Monkeyland.
That was Aranis.
I say in Draconic, I come from Aranis. I'm here to inspect the building as part of our agreement.
The demon kind of he switches to common and says, "Are you speaking Draconic?"
Yes, sure. Really, I have to deal with this. Would you prefer common? I can use common.
I guess if that's the only way we can communicate with you. Why are you here? Who are you?
As part of our agreement, I am here to inspect the building. That's all.
Roll me a diplomacy check.
That I think I do have some. Oh, no, I don't. I do say, so I will, instead of saying that, I'll say, as part of our agreement, and if you know I'm speaking Draconic, then you may know Aranis, Aranis? What's her name?
Aranis.
Aranis, my boss, the dragon.
The dragon? What are you... There are no dragons
You don't
in
know
affiliation with
you don't
Wall Market
know what's
LLC.
You don't know what's going on here.
No,
Step
I
aside.
don't. No, because I do know. This is my jurisdiction. They would not be sending somebody in the name of a dragon here.
I've been dealing with forces higher than yours.
Okay.
You're just some middle manager in all of this.
Who are you? What are you really doing here?
I look at him and I say, that information is privileged, and you are not high enough rank.
Roll me a bluff check.
It's above his pay grade.
Oh.
Keep digging that hole.
Oh god, I want this to work so bad because it'd be so funny. But not with those rolls.
I guess the dice hate
Look, man, if you just leave now, I'll let you get by scot-free. You're not getting in this building.
What is your name, son?
I'm sorry, what?
What is your name, son? I need
on,
to
let me
tell
pull
my
up-
boss, the person who stopped me.
Demon name generator. Hold on.
Greg.
God, all of these sound so stupid. My name is Krebon.
I laugh.
Hey, it's a very prestigious name. Come from a very prestigious family.
No, not if you work here, you're not.
Hey, you take that back. Wall Market is a prestigious place to work in demon culture. Now,
Well, I'm sure
get
my
lost.
boss will. I'm sure that my dragon boss will love to hear that this Prebon, or whatever you call yourself, stopped me from the agreement I made with your masters.
Roll me a diplomacy check.
Same as bluff. Wouldn't that be more intimidate anyway?
Yeah, okay. I'll let it be an intimidate roll.
Oh. I don't know what I missed, but I just grabbed.
Just met
Okay.
Craven.
Hold on. Let me. God, this is weird. I'm gonna need to. You stay right here. Right here. I'm going to go double check some things. Don't move. He storms back into the building.
I'm gonna sneak into the building after a couple seconds.
The three workers are still sitting there watching you.
I turn to them, glare at them, bring out my scariest looking flask of alchemist fire and my dagger, and I tell them, look, I'm getting this done whether you like it or not, whether you people help me or not. You didn't see any.
Roll me intimidate check. I'm gonna say you get a +4 bonus on that for having intimidated their boss enough. Just for circumstantially.
Mm-hmm. Also, for holding a flask of alchemist fire and a knife.
That's true. I'd say there's some conditional bonuses there. They kind of just look you up and down, and they just the guy with the ham sandwich just goes back to eating it. They're still all looking at you, but they're not saying anything.
I sneak in.
All right. So are you trying to be stealthy about it, or are you just kind of opening the door and walking in?
I'll try and be stealthy a little bit.
All right. Roll me a stealth check. Dang. All right. So you kind of sneak your way in. You kind of crack the door open ever so slightly, and then sidle along the wall inside, just barely getting in. And sure enough, this place looks like just an empty wall market. It looks like the only real piece of furniture. There's some staircases to the upstairs floor, and really the only pieces of furniture that prevent this place from being completely empty is a few cash register stands, which apparently are in the middle of being installed.
Well, I'm gonna try and find some support beams
Roll me
and set them on fire.
Roll me a knowledge engineering and then a perception check.
What about knowledge dungeoneering?
I
What
don't
about
think it's-
eco-terrorism? Eco-terrorism. That's
Actually,
kind of my
yeah.
shtick.
I will let profession eco-terrorism count for this. I'll let that wrap up both those roles together. Actually, yeah, it's not too hard. You find that maybe these big pillars in the center are support beams.
And what is the other thing I have to roll?
No, actually, not a profession eco-terrorist. I'll let encompass both of those. So yeah, you're
Okay.
able to find the support beams in the center, and you also find some of the actual support beams in the walls too.
All right, I begin to set them on fire.
All right. So you start lighting it on fire, and you hear some footsteps coming down the staircase. And they're big, heavy footsteps. Probably from that demon that walked in earlier. If you were to take a guess.
I duck and hide in the shadows.
All right. Roll me a like raw dex check to see if you're able to catch it on fire. Actually, before having to duck in the shadows.
Oh no, I'm gonna wait for him to pass to catch the
Okay,
fire.
you're good. Okay.
And then I'm
Gotcha.
gonna aim to set as many on fire simultaneously as I can.
All right, I'm gonna let that 25.
I'm also gonna
stealth
use
count for
my
this as well.
acid flasks to try and eat away at the foundation. In case the fire is put out or something.
All right. Yeah. So the demon walks past and storms his way outside. You hear some muttering in Abyssal coming from outside. It sounds like he's chatting with the workers on the bench. Do you get right to work?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Just roll me a profession eco-terrorism to see how quickly you can get this done.
I wish I had popcorn.
Oh man, you're like super effective. You're like toss acid flask at the central support beam, just immediately like first strike of sparks managed to catch the beam on the wall, and yeah, this place is like immediately starting to catch fire and dissolve around you, basically.
It's getting lit.
And just as it's definitely caught on fire, the doors slam back open, and the demon is there. And he looks at the thing on fire. He looks at the...
Well, I'm not there anymore, presumably, because I moved on to another different support.
Well, it's a big open room.
Mm.
So he is looking at the two supports that you've already lit on fire and poured acid on. And his eyes just open wide. And he charges for the beam and starts like trying to swat it out. Swat out the fire with his wing.
I'm gonna throw acid flasks at the beam that he's doing that as I run out.
All right. Roll me a base attack bonus. Just a basic attack roll. Not so much to see if you hit, but to see whether you hit him or the beam. Because he's kind of in the way trying to put it out.
Okay.
Either way, probably it will splash onto
Well-
him.
Yeah, you definitely got it on the beam. You got it like high up on the beam, just out of his reach. And
good.
that's dissolving very quickly. And he turns to look at you, and his eyes are bright red, and he's got
I'm running away and screaming, "Viva la revolution!"
just as you were running out the door, he fires a fireball out of his mouth at you. So roll me a reflex check.
Right.
Oh man, you take
Now
half
she-
damage.
Now she's getting all the good ones. Now that's being subtle.
All right, you only take 12 damage as this fireball explodes behind you
It sets more of the building on fire.
and sets more of the building on fire. And you have made it outside, only somewhat singed. And the demon is storming toward you at the door. Are you gonna
I'm
stick around? Or are you gonna...
GTFOing.
All right, you skedaddle. And the demon starts chasing after you, but then he turns around and realizes that this building is collapsing, and he runs back inside.
Well,
I have a question. Since I said I was flying around, at some point would I see the smoke?
Yes, but not until Colleen was pretty far away at this point.
All right.
It would have taken a while for the smoke to build up enough to start leaking out of the top, basically. But yes, after probably 10-15 minutes is when it is unmissable in the sky. This place is on fire, and demons great at not taking fire damage, and also great at setting things on fire. Not great at not dying, or not great at putting out fire.
It's that time of the month again. It's the time of the month where Colleen arrives in town and burns down the newly built wall market.
It's like clockwork.
So I'm curious then. So I would want to check out where that smoke's coming from. Then I would see it's a wall market. Want to take a closer look. Would I see that there's a demon in there?
You see that there's a bunch of humanoid workers outside, all trying to bucket brigade a bunch of water there, and it doesn't seem to be helping at all. Basically, you see a bunch of workers flailing about trying to put out the fire.
Have they heard of OSHA? I'm pretty sure they could make the building out of fireproof materials.
You think Wall Market cares about OSHA? You think Riddleport has OSHA? All of these are good questions.
And the answer to them, I guess, is no.
because it would cost money.
Yeah, pretty
but I
much.
think rebuilding the thing is going to cost even more money.
Well, it's because now it's burning down. I'm just wondering if I could, without being noticed, if there's any way I could just floor it completely. I don't know. There's a demon in it.
What do you got?
Well, you got a pit spell.
Yeah, it's only goes up to 10 by 10.
You could still probably take out a support. If you can find one. I don't know what else you have, Nava.
What I was thinking is casting Enlarge Person on Pineapple and making it invisible and just kind of thrash through the place. Because breaking an object doesn't remove invisibility.
How fireproof is Pineapple?
But that's the thing. If it's really, really on fire, that's not a good idea.
This place is pretty on fire.
Mm-hmm. Need to get that fire resist spell.
And acid resistance, what with Colleen around.
I mean, by seeing that it is burning up, I don't know demon and anything. So as far as I'm concerned, this is just a good day. So I'll.
Sure enough, all the shopkeepers nearby the wall market seem to be agreeing with you. A lot of them have actually pulled up chairs and are snacking on popcorn. Well,
as I run away, I'm gonna look at one. I'm gonna find one of the shopkeepers who's celebrating, and I'm gonna be like, "Look, I just did that. I need a place to hide."
Oh, that was you! Here, have
Yep.
pint of mead and a bag of popcorn on the house.
And a place to hide, presumably.
Yeah. Okay. What you want to do is you want to go to there's an inn a little bit further in town called the Fanciful Unicorn. They're very good at confidentiality among their patrons. It's a nice inn and tavern,
Okay.
good place to spend the night. Nobody's gonna find out you're there, unless you want them to.
All right.
I don't know.
Fantastic, and I'll go there.
So having Miss Colleen, I'm just gonna join in on the celebration though.
Cool. Yeah. One of the shopkeepers is just handing out bags of popcorn.
If I happen to see it or something like that, I don't know. I don't know where I'd be headed.
Well, it seems like you're kind of wandering around town, maybe toward the center. So you probably see the smoke off in the distance.
Well, I wander off towards it, and probably when I spot the fire or whatever, I buy a bag of popcorn.
All right. So Colleen, you make it to the Fanciful Unicorn, and it's a rather nice looking inn and tavern, and the bar is pretty full. It's getting to be late-ish afternoon at this point. Bar's got a bunch of people in it. It's got a real beefy looking dwarf wearing this big vest at the bar as the bartender, and he's cleaning a mug that never quite seems to get clean. The only other particularly noticeable thing, other than the fact this place it's very like bright and poppy in its like color schemes. The only other thing that's of note is that there's a skeleton at the bar.
I don't trust skeletons.
Other than that, it seems like a nice place.
I don't trust nice places. I'm gonna leave.
Step in. Nope.
Nah, too nice.
No, it's too nice.
All right,
I'm gonna go to the woods, a distance away, where I can watch the fire burn.
All right. And it sounds like the rest of the party is just munching on popcorn with the shopkeepers watching the wall market burn to a crisp.
I mean, I presumably ask if anybody got hurt in the fire, but I'm guessing the answer is no, so I'm just gonna, see that the good deed has been done.
Yeah, you ask if anybody got hurt in the fire, and one of the shopkeepers says, "Who cares?"
Wow.
Hey, they're not wrong.
So
Well,
you guys
things are great or good.
you guys enjoy pints of meat and popcorn as you watch this wall market burn down. And as the sun begins setting, the last embers are starting to go out. It's just a big crater of ash.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything demonic about the crater?
Do you cast Detect Magic?
I think I should give it a shot. Sounds like a natural thing to do.
All right, so you give it a hefty Detect Magic, and with that, you detect that there's actually there was actually some sort of interplanar spell there. That you kind of get that there's parts of something that created probably some sort of interplanar gate in the rubble. Not a big one.
Let me check something.
Okay, well, good to know. Wall Market is a very demonic entity.
Because
they're just warping workers in.
Because I got the spell Greater Detect Magic, which I can tell like basically a lot more information.
Yep. So you could probably
So I'd be able to tell like what kind of thing cast a spell, like what its nature.
Yeah.
Are you able? So.
Would you like to do that? I'll let you keep the same.
Yeah.
I'll let you keep the same spellcraft check.
Definitely going to.
All right. Let's see. What exactly? Okay. So yeah, the kind of magical signature is definitely of. Roll me a knowledge planes check.
All right. I kind of saw that coming.
Yeah, this is definitely a demonic portal of some sort.
I tell Don.
It seems
I
like
detect evil on it, but I suppose it's gonna be pretty obvious.
detect evil. I think it's a little evil. Yeah, it's definitely evil. Sure enough, whatever the portal thing was is destroyed, but it was a two-way portal to some place in a demonic plane. And you've got the coordinates kind of like you can tell what they were, but that doesn't mean anything to you, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Like if you were to recreate the spell, you could potentially recreate it to the same location, but you don't.
It's like having GPS coordinates without having a map or something of the area.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. But hey,
Right.
if we ever want to finish off Wall Market, now we can.
I mean, I feel like, it's a lot more moral to do it, knowing that somehow, at least here, literally hell is involved.
Not hell, the abyss.
Whatever. Let's call it hell.
All the lower planes are hell.
I mean, that's kind of scary, though.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean any wall market might be a portal to the abyss?
Maybe.
I can imagine that every war market has some demon middle manager, yeah.
Oh boy.
Also, with greater detect magic, you do detect the ancient trace of the obelisk that was once on that spot.
Poor thing.
It hasn't been there for a while, but it was there once.
Alright, so I mean, this means to me that if we ever encounter any other, wall market, there is no moral objection to be had to try and get rid of it.
No. Except maybe if
And
this.
also, there's the fact of that when we first appeared in this wall market, they were keeping slaves.
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah, that's the one issue there is. If we were to burn down a war market that's actually in operation, the shop would probably just burn down with all the people inside.
But it was just kobolds, though.
I know where you sleep, and I'm very good at being stealthy. And I've got sharp shurikens.
Okay, calm down.
the
I
magic
am
knife.
mostly kidding.
The problem is that if we keep wrecking them, like we see here, they're just gonna keep rebuilding them. We need to find. Find their HQ.
That's where the coordinates you got. I probably write them down somewhere safe. Would probably come in handy because they might lead to HQ.
I'm gonna add that to my inventory.
Yeah, it sounds like a post-game quest. First, after we deal with the wizard, with Zryden.
After the wizard, we tackle Walmart.
Wall market HQ coordinates is now in my inventory. I write it on a piece of paper to make sure I remember it. Gonna be ready. When I become a powerful wizard, summoner, know where I'm going.
All right. So now that the sun has nearly set, and the ashes of the wall market are nothing more than a black spot on the landscape, what now?
Probably just head to bed. Head to an inn and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and we'll just have to occupy for 3 other days.
Place we were supposed to meet, Doc, that was also an inn, right?
Yeah, it was a specific place called Pegleg Pete's.
I mean, it could have just been a tavern without boarding, but probably is.
I suppose we can look.
Actually, when Velmir was walking past, because Elf Puncher Books is right along the dock district, you actually saw Pegleg Pete's, and it was just a tavern.
Okay.
So,
Then I will definitely have told you, right when we meet up, that I found the place.
So, yep, let's
All right, so you guys look for an inn, and sure enough, nearby there is the Fanciful Unicorn. It's a nice looking inn with very very popping colors.
Very nice.
It's got a beefy dwarven bartender behind the bar,
Almost too
cleaning a mug
nice.
that never
Let's go
quite
find
seems to be
another
clean. And interestingly enough, the bar is pretty crowded, and it's actually got a skeleton at the bar.
Skeletons respawn.
He might be his cousin.
Well, I think it's.
I mean,
Can you-
this
can
skeleton
you-
doesn't seem to be stabbing people in dark alleys right now,
Can,
so...
can you use detect evil on the skeleton?
I mean, sure, but in my experience, all undead seem to detect as evil whether they are or not. That's such a big cut then.
So, do you detect evil?
I suppose.
Yeah, it's evil.
It's a
Like-
skeleton.
Does something happen when you detect evil? Like, can people see that you're doing something, or do you just won't see?
I mean, if they got detect magic or something, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it takes like probably just a little bit of muttering under your breath and a few small hand signs, I guess.
Okay. Because I just think doing something
sounds like-
weird.
Just
in
looks
a
like
crowd-
it just looks like I'm doing some sort of prayer. Like, oh god, there's a skeleton, probably.
Mm.
I mean,
You
the
know,
bar's pretty busy, so probably nobody's gonna really notice, pay that much attention.
When you see some fundamentalists that encounters like these godless teenagers and they just like pray under their breath or something, that kind of stuff.
I'm presuming the skeleton is not the one serving the alcohol at the bar.
No, that's
No, in fact, he's got a drink in front of him. It looks like some sort of cocktail. It's got a paper umbrella sticking out of it. Interestingly enough, all the drinks here appear to have a paper umbrella sticking out of them. Even the
So
beers.
Is there just like a puddle of alcohol where he's sitting, or like
As a matter of fact, there is.
it's kind of sad.
The bartender notices that you've been kind of standing there in the corner for a bit, and he shouts over, "Hey, come on up! How can I help you? Welcome to the Fanciful Unicorn."
Yes, we were looking for a place to stay at for a night or three.
Ah, well, you've come to the right place. I can get you a room for. Do you want separate rooms? All four of you in the same room?
Same room?
They're
Sure.
kind of used to it.
Whatever.
All right,
Same
that'll run 2 gold a night for the lot of you.
A night, so total of 6 gold.
Yeah, 1.5 gold each.
Whatever, I'll just pay for it. It's less complicated.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you. Take these keys. Your room is last one at the end of the hallway, up those stairs.
Gesundheit.
Bless you.
Hey,
So I pay for the 3 nights, like in one shot.
Yep. Well, thank you very much. Welcome to the tavern. Welcome to the inn. Enjoy your stay. Let me know if you need anything.
Fanciful unicorn, huh?
The Fanciful Unicorn.
that's an interesting.
Unicorns are pretty fanciful.
What's the decor like, other than popping colors?
It's like lots of whites and bright reds as highlights for a lot of things. A few shades of pink here and there, and the baseboards are all green.
Mhm.
It sounds like it might be a little much, but trust me, it's tastefully colored. I promise.
Alright.
I'm not an interior decorator.
How is the feng shui?
The feng shui is top notch. Let me tell you. I couldn't tell you what about the feng shui is top notch, but I can tell you it's top notch.
Vases all at the right places.
Exactly. No mirrors bouncing all the bad juju, all the good juju back out the door or whatever.
Does it have more feng or shui?
I think it's an even balance of feng and shui.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Seriously, this place is way nicer than you guys would ever expect from Riddleport.
This is almost suspicious.
That's why I left.
Mhm.
Like, this does not seem to be the kind of seedy place that would keep your information private.
As far as I know, Eidolons don't need to sleep. So I'm gonna make sure that it looks over me during.
Additionally, my character can't be caught unawares while he's sleeping.
I've got a spell for that, but I probably don't have it prepared. Well, actually, we're in Riddleport, so I definitely have it prepared.
Oh no, my character just has sleep with your eyes open. Not helpless or
What?
impaired when sleeping normally.
Yeah, but it's good to all of us have our face covered.
All right, so you guys go.
And I have a spell that lasts for a shield that lasts for hours.
Mm-hmm.
You guys go upstairs to your bedroom, and sure enough, it's really nice. The beds are so soft. You guys haven't slept in anything this comfortable in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly never, depending on how many beds you guys have all slept on.
I detect magic in the room.
You notice that there is actually just one very faint spell going on, and it's what's making the room smell kind of nice.
Okay.
You recognize that basically there's the equivalent of a magical potpourri set up in here.
Fair enough.
And it just smells very pleasant. Other than that, nothing else particularly magical.
Even
You
more
think that something
suspicious.
called you think that something called rot pot wouldn't smell that nice?
You've got 4 beds in the room, and they're all super comfy. And I assume you guys go to bed.
I go to bed with my barrier.
A bladder barrier.
Just 6 hours of some bonuses.
I
All
can't
right.
find that spell. Oh no.
It's right in the. You linked it right in the Roll20.
You guys cast all of your paranoid spells, and then go to bed. And,
I don't have any spells, but I don't need a spell. I legitimately, unless affected by magical sleep, am not have no penalty or perception checks when asleep, and am not helpless.
You all prepare yourselves in such a way that you all sleep in a paranoid manner. How about that? Does that cover
Yeah.
the base? And I assume Colleen is sleeping outside of town.
Oh yeah, I'm sleeping with a
paranoid
boar.
manner.
Honestly, she's probably the safest
No.
of all of us.
No, I'm not. I'm not sleeping in a paranoid manner. I'm sleeping in like a log, like I normally do, with like a baby boar or something.
Now you've got like a family of deer that you're sleeping amongst.
Yeah. There you go.
So
No,
you
there's
actually-
like no. It'd be really weird to find me in the woods for anyone who wanted to kill me.
It would be an interesting find. So you guys are actually woken up the next morning by the sound of knocking on your door. It's not like stupid early, but it's like annoyingly early.
I knew it.
It's like
I go out the window.
6:30 or 7 in the morning.
I
This
wake
is
up
the ambush.
and I go out the window.
Like actually,
Yeah, I can.
All right.
I'm out of there.
all right, you
I-
just roll out of bed and immediately leap out the window.
I don't roll out. I don't go out the window. I said roll over, rub my eyes a little, and then wander over to the door and ask, "Why are you knocking this early?"
You hear a pause and then, ah!
Zombie.
See, that's why I ran out. There's a zombie.
Can I help you?
Ah! And then you hear another knock on the door.
What?
I open the door a crack and peek outside.
You see 2 skeletons actually outside the door. One of which appears to is wearing like a tan hat, a tan wide-brimmed hat, and a long trench coat. And the other one is holding a notepad expectantly with like a pen in hand, also wearing a hat. This one has a little piece of paper sticking up out of a band that goes around the center of the hat, kind of like a press hat, except instead of press, it says skeleton.
What?
Ah!
Skeleton media is here.
Okay, I'm going to Can
Is
you
it room
write on the
service?
pad of paper and tell me why you're here?
So the skeleton in the trench coat opens up the trench coat and pulls out 3 drawings
Ah, Flasher.
and hands the drawings to you. And these clearly are sketches of. You immediately recognize these as the artifacts, 3 artifacts you've managed to pick up so far. You got the pouch, the sugar machine, and the easy bake oven, basically.
How do I don't know how they look like? I mean, the pouch should probably just be a pouch, but the other items.
The skeleton just goes ah, like inquisitively at you.
No, we don't have those.
Aw.
We've never seen them before. Why are you asking?
The skeleton scribbles down something on the notepad. The skeleton in the trench coat takes the drawings back, shoves them back in his trench coat, and then they walk away. And the skeleton that was writing stuff down waves at you and goes, ah, and walks off. And they go and knock on the next door down the hall.
What's their run rate with?
What was that?
asked Relga what they wanted.
I
presumably
close the
was left to do
door. I close the door and say they had pictures of the pictures of the artifact. I don't
Oh
think
dear.
it's part.
It's Raiden. Yeah, I'm guessing that means Raiden is in town.
And I think Nava just jumped out the window.
Yeah, of course I didn't notice that, did I? No,
So is Nava just sitting at the bottom of the window, or did Nava just bolt?
Yeah, like I'd be like on the roof just listening in.
All right. So you just hopped out and had Nava fly you to the roof. Okay.
So I would be aware of what's going on, so I just kind of like peek my head back like through the window to see if everything's okay.
So Nava, I guess that means we can actually keep a lookout today, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How?
Although I'm not sure who sent those skeletons.
Well, it would have to be
Probably.
Raiden. He's the only guy
Probably.
we know who does skeletons and knows about the
Yeah.
artifacts. I mean, there's Baker, but why would he be, you know?
Yeah. fair
So,
point.
how big is Riddleport?
Riddleport's a pretty big city. There's I think 8 different districts, and it's got a lot of different areas to it. Imagine like
Good news is we have anti-scrying amulets.
you ever been to Boston? It's like Boston size.
No.
Okay.
No. But I imagine it's around the size of Luxembourg City, which is kind of small, middle-sized town.
Because I think what's gonna happen is that I'm just gonna fly around all of town and try and detect magic, so I can.
Oh god, you're gonna
Protect
run
the
into
guy.
so many little tiny bits of magic.
That's the problem, though.
yeah, and I guess detect evil would be even worse in this area.
Oh, absolutely.
Though the sword might help. If you still
If
keep
he's
all
still
this.
got the artifacts, yeah.
Yeah.
Hank actually kind of picks up and says, "Sirs, I haven't detected any other artifacts since we got in town."
Yeah, but it might be just might just arrive, even though I'm responding to something.
Or
I'm
on the
not
other
hearing.
side of town.
Hmm.
Alternately, my suggest maybe Dryden just sent his skeletons on ahead.
Could follow his skeletons.
I could imagine the guy actually summoning a bunch of skeletons and then sending them into every town on the continent just to look for these items.
No, but it might be a good idea to like track and follow those skeletons, though.
Sounds like a job for Elgo.
Okay.
Because even if they're not his skeletons, they do not seem to be up to something good. Looking for them.
Yeah.
They don't. I don't know if. Although I'm surprised the skeletons wouldn't recognize me. After all, I'm a winged kobold
But
with silver scales. I'm slightly distinct.
The skeletons haven't met you. I mean, Zoiden has, but they don't. And they probably aren't even smart enough to recognize people.
like, there's not
Yeah, they
smart
don't
enough
be
to speak.
intelligent enough.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Not smart enough to speak.
Although I am actually surprised that skeleton in the alleyway was able to speak.
Well,
So what I'm
magic.
thinking is, Relgil should maybe tail the skeletons. Nava could go around maybe with Hank just to check if Zoiden is around. And
Okay.
either Velma or I would stay in the room with the bag. Probably even the both of us, because just to be sure.
So I'll go over town, and if I don't
Okay. Well,
back here, and I'll try to find Relgo to provide air support.
I'm gonna open the door, see if the skeletons are still about.
Yeah, they're just going down the hallway, knocking on doors.
Okay, I'm going to go and use stealth to follow them.
Yeah, you're super duper stealthed. They go from the top floor of this inn to the first floor of this inn, and then they head out, and then they appear to be making a beeline for yet another inn. Are you just gonna tail them all day?
Yeah.
All right.
See if they do anything. See if they report anyone or anything.
It's gonna be a while. So what's everybody else doing?
Just out of curiosity, did I still sleep enough to charge up all my stuff?
Oh yeah, you guys still managed to go to bed pretty early though, so
Mhm.
you guys are fine.
As I said, either Velma or I, or probably both of us, should stay in the inn just so with the artifact, just to stay safe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind doing that.
Well, Hank can't communicate with anybody else, so
Yeah.
if you were going
That
to
is
try
the
to
issue,
detect
though.
other artifacts,
Yeah, I mean, Nava could just do a sweep and then come back, and Hank could tell him.
Yeah, I think that's the best idea.
all right. So what exactly are you guys doing?
Staying in the inn with the bag.
Yep.
And then Velmir and Nava are exploring, looking for signs of other artifacts.
So to give you exact, so Rigel is following the skeletons around.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take Hank and I'm gonna fly around like all of town. So then, and afterwards, when I'm done, which might take a while, I'm gonna give it back to Velmer, and the sword will be able to say if we found anything.
All right. So yeah, Hank
Yeah.
does have a range of like 100 meters, so it'd probably take you a few hours on the back of Pineapple to
Right, which
do a full
is-
sweep of the city.
Yeah, but
What we
there's no
expect.
point for me to be with him then, if it's just gonna be after it's all been done. So I stay
All
as
right.
well to guard it.
Sounds good. All right. So Nava heads out with Hank in tow aboard Pineapple and fly around the city. He flies over. He flies overhead of Ralgil, following the skeletons onto like their fourth inn. They seem to be very thorough. And after a couple hours, you manage to return back to the inn. And when you get back, Hank reports, no artifacts, sir. No sign of them.
No artifacts.
Hmm.
Oh well. Thanks for trying, Hank.
You're welcome, sir. Sorry I couldn't have found it.
It's not your fault he's a coward and doesn't come here himself. Haha.
So I'm
And-
assuming when I'm back, Railgul is back. So
Relgil is not back. Relgil is still following those skeletons. They're still going to basically every inn.
are there?
I can
Other-
imagine the skeletons just going through the entire night without rest because of skeletons.
Like, how's the populace reacting to those skeletons? They're just kind of letting them be?
Populus doesn't seem to be bothering with the skeletons much at all. In fact, Relgil, you're overhearing some conversations, or quote-unquote conversations, between the skeletons and people, mostly involving skeletons going, "Arr!" And the people range from polite to rude and basically slamming the door on them. Most of them the latter, because it's Riddleport. But sure enough, the skeletons are fine. Like, nobody's attacking them or anything.
If we're looking around, are there other groups of skeleton, or is there just those?
Roll me a belated perception check for when you flew over the city.
That's fair. I'll roll for both me and the animal. Yeah.
Mm.
That's mine. I don't expect much. Huh. Rolled better than pineapple somehow.
Mm.
You didn't happen to notice any, but I mean that's not necessarily to say that there weren't any. You really weren't looking that hard, apparently, according to those rolls. So, as it starts getting into like mid-afternoon, the skeletons finally seem to be heading somewhere that's not an inn. They seem to be heading closer to the docks, and then they enter down a side alley,
Mm-hmm.
and then they enter a doorway there. One of them takes out a key and then unlocks the door and enters. Are you going to try to slip in the door?
Yep. And if not, I can always probably pick it.
That's true. Yeah, you managed to get in just fine. These skeletons are not super on top of things and didn't lock the door behind them.
Mm-hmm.
And you managed to go downstairs, and you follow them down the stairs, and you hear them kind of enter into this room, and you hear somebody say, "Wait, really? Nothing? Nothing at all? Ugh. You're useless. You're next to useless. Go hang out in your room."
Can I identify who it is?
It's definitely somebody shouting in common. Roll me a stealth check for kind of peeking around the corner. And so you give a quick peek around the corner, and yeah, there's a very stout-looking human behind a counter. He's wearing a black robe, and he's sifting over a bunch of books.
I look and see what the books are titled.
The books are kind of against the table, so it's hard to tell. But you do see that there are shelves behind him, and you recognize some. It appears to be a bunch of books on. It appears to be a bunch of like business log books, and then also a bunch of books on necromancy.
Mm-hmm. Wish I had detect magic or something, or I knew where.
I mean, you know somebody who does, so you could come back later.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna make a mental note of this place and that stuff. Is there anything else in this place besides that? Besides
Yeah, there appears to be another door kind of across from this one room. And there's also two doors inside the room that this man is in.
Okay, I'm gonna go peer in the room across from the room the man happens to be in.
All right. Yeah, you kind of creak open the door and poke your head in, and it appears to be it's devoid of people. The room it looks like an office of some sort. It's got a very nice mahogany desk, and you've got a real official-looking chair on the far side, and then two smaller chairs on the side closest to the door.
Okay. I'm going to go peek and prod about, see if I can find any info on this guy in this room.
All right, roll me perception. All right, so it doesn't take much to figure out that this is the place of business of Rent-A-Skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
It appears to be actually, from some of the stuff that you're figuring out, it's part of a wide network of little shops run by necromancers who hire out their skeletons for different jobs.
That explains why people aren't so phased with these. They're basically a common day occurrence, practically.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The banalization of magic in this universe is kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
Not just magic, like the desecration of corpses, even.
I guess that's also a thing.
Also, it appears that there are 3 different necromancers that are currently on staff here at Rent-A-Skeleton.
Mm-hmm. I look to see which ones they are. Look up the names and that sort of stuff.
Well, crap, I gotta generate some names. Hold on. I honestly didn't expect you to get here, so hold on.
It's Mr. Necromancer and
He's a Brady bunch.
Necromancer 2.
You've got Abathor. Hold on. Abathor. You've got Maroth.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got, give me another name. You got Maroth and Mernor.
Okay.
Those are the 3 necromancers on staff.
wonder, can I use knowledge local to find out, see if I can figure out any dirt on them or anything?
You can try.
Well, I can probably get general knowledge. But
You've
not much.
probably heard of the company.
General knowledge doesn't even actually cover that this company exists.
Huh.
Oh.
It seems to it's a pretty low key company. It turns out that probably unless you travel in the necromancy circles, you might not have known this place existed.
Well, are there any business logs or something in this room?
Business logs? No, not in this room. You see like basic contracts that aren't filled in, but like for signing.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But these drawers are mostly like blank paperwork for clients to fill out. It looks like.
well, I think, I suspect that, Dryden hired these skeletons. He must be really wanting them. The stuff, so, I'm going to, exit out of this place, and, I suppose I'll meet back up with, the rest of the group to report what I found, and then probably later tonight I might try and, I suppose I'll try and sneak in if no one's when the people aren't there or something, and see if I can find some more info.
All right.
Because if you share this information with us, we have to assume that they probably have a contract with the wizard, which means we might have their current location.
Mm-hmm.
Would the contract really tell us where the wizard lives? Like, the wizard could have just taken
I
a
mean, you
visit.
could try taking a contract out yourself and seeing what kind of information they require.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Good point.
Yeah, but I don't really feel comfortable about doing that, and I couldn't pay anyways.
I mean, we're not just asking for the service information. Like, anyone can do that. I can do that. Just approach them, say, "Hey, I'm looking at pricing," and just kind of get an idea of kind of information they need.
Mm-hmm. But I have no idea how the normal channels that work, unfortunately. And I think given the door was apparently locked normally, it means that it's not normally you can just walk in and.
Oh yeah, that's not probably their like storefront.
You think they only work on a recommendation system, like if you get recommended by somebody they know, they do work for you, and if you don't, you get kicked ass or something?
Probably.
I mean, that would explain why the store is so obscure.
Mm-hmm. So.
Well, we know a guy who probably knows them, so you could just say, "Yeah, we heard about you from Zryden." It's probably not gonna work, but
I'd rather not try doing that, because that would tip
yeah,
our
me
hand.
neither.
That would tip our hand that we're here.
Yeah,
But that means he might approach us, and so he'll come to us rather than us to him. Like, is that necessarily a bad thing if we can prepare?
Well, we would preferably we want to ambush him.
Mm-hmm.
rather
Right.
fight him on our terms rather than on his island where he has all the home advantage and everything. Yeah.
So now I'm wondering, like, let's say when we spot a skeleton and it asks us, we say, "Yeah, we did hear about this." So he knows to come here, and we can prepare something.
Oh.
So just like what we did with the other skeleton, we pretend
Yeah.
to actually.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh dear. That's a brick joke if I ever heard one.
Question is how would we prepare something for a wizard? And actually, we saw this. Like, does he have any teleportation or anything spells or anything like that?
I think he had Dimension Door.
Do you remember from the book you saw?
No, I mean, like, he actually used it to get away or something in a fight.
Hmm.
I forget.
No, he got invisible.
Oh, right.
When he ran away from us.
I'll save you some time of just looking in his book. He has Dimension Door, but nothing more powerful than that for teleportation.
I mean, Dimension Door in a city as cramped as Riddleport is very good getaway.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say whatever we do as an ambush, I stay in the sky and I keep a lookout. So if you try to look, like he'll have to appear somewhere that hopefully I'll be able to notice.
And I suppose Detect Magic would tell you where he would go, right?
Right. With Greater, I would basically trail.
Mm-hmm.
We might be onto something here.
Should we wait a couple of days until Doc is here? I mean, we know maybe he wouldn't want to fight, but he might have an idea of his own.
It's not a bad idea.
I'm still going to snoop around tonight that company place and that sort of stuff. See if I can find the contract or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, there's nothing to lose from doing that.
Except maybe time, and then you get caught, and then there's all that kind of stuff.
They're like, do we really need to save? I don't know. But no, yeah, honestly, yeah, I'm sure if you get in trouble, you can get out of it.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty good at sneaking around.
It's like your thing.
So what else? Did you guys want to do anything else today in town?
Not really.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Alright. Well, if you guys are just gonna kind of chill around town for a bit, then let's get to tonight. I mean, hey, that's fine by me.
Although I think we just lost someone from Discord.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
We should maybe try to find Colleen and give her the rundown on this.
Well, I assume you can find me.
yeah, like
I'll check up with you at some.
We probably know that you're somewhere outside town, like usual.
at some point, I just go outside town.
I've got
wave the
track.
bag.
I can find her.
I got, we got a bag of seed I still haven't given back to you. I'm like, hey. And then when you come out, we tell you about how we plan to ambush the wizard, so you can finally avenge the parent.
Maybe leave a trail of seed for her to follow, to trap her into a conversation.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, so Ralgil, night has fallen. What do you do?
I'm going to head back to that rent-a-skeleton.
All right. You head back to that doorway, and that doorway is locked. It's a big metal door.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to use the disable device to unlock it.
Roll me a disable device check. All right. Let me actually pull up the quality of different locks here.
24 can pretty much unlock anything, I think.
I actually think not. I think some actually decent locks require up to 25-ish until you start getting into really good locks.
I mean,
Well,
extremely complex device is 25, so if it's only a simple lock, it's 20. An average lock is 25.
Yeah, this is not a simple lock. This is probably... Yeah, no, this would have been a 25, which means that you just barely don't...
Actually, I can't remember. Do I have a lockpicking kit? I can't remember. I don't remember if I have one.
Hold on. I've got your character sheet here.
If I do, I think I meant to buy one, but just never...
Yeah, you've got concealable thieves tools, which I think...
Which provides a +2.
Yeah, no, that's true. So yeah, all right, you got it.
In this case, it provides a plus.
You managed to catch the fact that there is a multiple magic part of this, where trying to lockpick it would normally set off an alarm and also spray some sleeping gas. But you managed to catch that.
Mm-hmm. That would have been good.
No, you almost triggered. You came a hair's breadth from it, but you managed to pop this open.
Okay, well, I'm gonna open it and roll stealth and snoop about the place,
All right.
especially that office. Okay. while keeping an eye out for anyone there. Oh, not quite as good as stealth roll.
Oh no, merely a 20.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
okay,
that's a natural 2 for me.
So you're looking into like the place where the stout guy was before. That was kind of in your way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, you go in that room. There's two doors, one to the left and one to the right along opposite walls. And there's a big old desk with lots of papers all over it and lots of books.
Is there anyone there?
You don't see anybody in this room, no. And there's no lights on, by the way.
Good thing is I have dark vision.
Mhm.
So that works for me. And let's see. I am going to go and close the door behind me.
All right.
The what? The what? And I'm gonna go look through the papers. Actually, I need to see if I have anything, because any lights. Let's see. Other worn, carried. I'm not sure. Oh well. I thought I had something to see. I guess I didn't. That's odd. Guess I forgot or something. Would I still be able to see, or?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got dark vision.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna use that then to read the documents in the dark.
All right.
See if I
So-
can find anything about the contract or anything.
All of these books, it looks like so there's a lot of books about like necromancy and stuff, and you can read those just fine, even though you're not great at the whole spellcasting thing. However, it looks like the books that seem to document stuff are written in Necrol, and I don't know if you have Necrol.
I've never
take a
heard of
wild
that.
guess and say no. Yeah, it's a language.
I
Well,
knew it.
what-
I know it.
Really?
Yep, I knew it. I know it.
Well, it must. Well, it's a language you must have just made up or something.
No, it's on the linguistics page.
Yep.
Which
it was-
language?
It was
Necrol,
one of the
it's-
first languages I learned after level 1.
It's an ancient language of the dead. This whispering tongue is shared among the undead and is often associated with necromancy.
The dead tell no tales unless you know Necro.
Well, I'm going to. I suppose. I guess I'll try and. The books that tell the contracts are Necro. You said.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them. Like there's multiple shelves just packed full of these books that are documenting what looks like purchases. Like you can recognize the numbers at least.
Are there any dates or anything?
Not that you can really read. You can give me a linguistics check to see if you can like piece together enough information to figure out the date.
Which I have absolutely nothing in linguistics, so voila.
Yeah, you got nothing.
Not entirely surprising. Okay. Do any of them seem new or anything? Newer than the others?
Roll your perception check.
I imagine Necrol as written language looks like wingdings, except everything is skulls and bones.
I'll allow that to be canon. All right. Yeah, you actually figure out with that there's one right on the very top shelf, which is sticking out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, the top shelf is one of the least dusty of the shelves. So you're pretty sure that one sticking out is probably the most recent book.
Well, I'm
I
gonna.
mean, these skeletons were told they were shown drawings of this stuff. So just flip through all the books until you see the drawing.
That could take a while.
I mean, it's just one book, and if it's recent, it's probably at the very back or something, or in the very front, depending on how they categorize it.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm gonna flip through that one book quickly, the one on the top shelf.
All right. Yeah, you flip through it, and sure enough, there is those 3 drawings in there.
Well, I got the right book then, and Just for out of curiosity's sake, I'm gonna roll a perception check, see if I can spot any traps in the desk or anything.
All right. Yeah, you don't notice any traps.
And I'm gonna try and open the drawer, see if there's anything in there.
Which door? There were two. One to your left and one to your right.
Oh, the drawers in the desk.
Oh, the drawers and the desks. Okay. Yeah, sure. You start flipping through, and you find a bottle of gin. You find even more paperwork. This stuff's actually filled out, but it looks like anything important isn't Necrol. It's probably a basic security practice for them. And
well, I might as well stuff the paperwork. We can use it. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe we can use it to take down this necromancy network or something.
and you also find a key.
I mean, on one hand, they're just providing a service. On the other, they're kind of using dead people for that.
I mean, it's
Are
being
people
efficient.
even people?
I mean, it's just no one's using the skeletons to do anything else. If they're just gonna be rotting in the ground, might as well do something.
Yeah, they weren't using their bodies.
Yeah.
Actually, there is a limit on restoration magic, anyways. I think. Even Wish, I think, has a limited range on how far back it can revive someone or something. So, yeah. I suppose that's a fair point. I'm going to take the key, though. I'm curious what...
All right, you've got a key. It's got one of those tags sticking off of it that makes it uncomfortable to put in your pocket, so it reminds you to not take it home with you by mistake.
What does the tag? Does it say anything on the key?
No, it's just a big honking plastic tag that makes it uncomfortable to put in your pocket.
Oh, I was asking if the key had any...
The magic tag of uncomfortableness.
It doesn't have any writing on it.
Whatever.
Do I explore further into those two doors or not? I suppose I will... Do I really want to... I checked to see if the doors have any traps on them.
All right, roll me a perception check. You don't notice any traps on either door.
I quietly try and open the door and peek in.
The door's locked.
Okay, I'm going to quietly try and disable the door.
All right, roll me a disable device check.
Actually, plus 2 is 26.
Yep, you managed to pop the lock on that door.
I was going to say that it would probably be safer to roll for perception first, but I didn't want to.
All right, you pop open the door. It is unlocked. Are you opening it?
Very quietly, if possible.
You open the door very quietly, and this is basically it's a pretty big room.
Mm-hmm.
Like not a huge room, but it's like, imagine the biggest closet you've ever seen. It's like that big.
Okay. Is there anything in there?
It's packed full of skeletons that are standing.
Okay.
They all immediately look at you.
I very
We found a
quietly.
skeleton army.
I close the door back up. Close the door.
All right, you close the door. You start hearing shrieking coming from the other side of that door.
No, let us out! It's been in there for years!
I book it out of the place.
All right, you start running up the stairs, and you see that there's no door at the top of the stairs anymore.
Uh-oh. It's probably an illusion. Run right to the wall.
I just keep going.
All right, you run into the wall. Actually, I'm gonna make you roll a really dumb perception check. No, seriously though, roll me a very dumb perception check. All right, with that perception check, you realize that what you ran into was metal, not stone.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the fact the wall looks like stone. You definitely ran headfirst into metal.
Okay, I'm going to feel about for a doorknob or something.
Yeah, there's a doorknob there.
I try and open the door.
All right, the door opens.
I run out.
All right, you're back in the alley. You can faintly hear the shrieking coming from down those stairs.
I book it back to the inn.
All right. You do so aggressively.
Good thing you closed the first door, because if you left that one open, the skeletons could have all just poured out and flooded the streets of Riddleport. Basically undoing all the hard work we did like 2 days ago.
Alright, so you make it back to the inn.
Mm-hmm.
Probably looking maybe a little on the ruffled side.
Yes.
Maybe looking a little disheveled.
Had a run-in with the skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good that you made it out then. Find anything of interest?
I'm not sure if anyone can read this, but I think I found the contract
Oh, let me take a look.
and a bunch of other papers in a desk. Oh, and a key. I don't know what it's for, but hey, they don't have it anymore.
But hey.
Still is a key. A key is a key.
Yeah, I think Nafa still is holding a bunch of keys that you guys stole from like the very first inn.
I'll take it if you want.
Sure,
You're
you're
so
welcome.
good.
All right, so you look through this binder, and sure enough, this binder contains not just one, but actually multiple contracts for Zrydan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It looks like he's used them several times recently, mostly for information gathering, but there's been... Generally, he'd hire out just one skeleton at a time to gather information around Riddleport.
Mm-hmm.
But it appears that he's started to pay a lot more recently. There's been a lot more of a flow of money from him in order to get as many skeletons as possible. The contract appears to keep getting upped every couple days.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, currently his hiring... originally, he was just hiring one skeleton. Then he bumped it up to 2. And currently, he has 8 skeletons running about, according to the logs.
Does it mention anything about other cities, or is it just... It's just...
It's only talking about Riddleport.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been at it for, like, weeks or what?
Yeah, he's been doing this for... basically as far back as this book goes, which appears to go back like 3 or 4 months.
So he's been really
like-
looking for it.
Are there pictures of the other artifacts in there, like the staff and the amulet? Because I can imagine that if it's been that far back, he hasn't had these yet.
And actually, you're right. You flip back about 2 months. That's when you start seeing the first signs of him looking for these artifacts in particular.
Mm-hmm.
But it
So-
looks like there were explicit instructions not to bring up what the artifacts were and simply to look for them before. But now he's searching much more aggressively.
So we can use this as a bait. Like, this is official.
Yeah, so
Oh,
they
yeah.
know that this book has been stolen. They can probably figure out that we've been looking for information on Zrydan, and they're probably going to report to him. He won't be able to track us because of the brooches.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other clients as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he's their only client.
There are other clients. It looks like a few of these contracts are hits out for murder. Looks like some of them are for theft. It's really hard to track a skeleton.
True.
So it looks like a lot of this is like disposable hitman usage.
Is there anything about the alley skeleton in there?
You don't find any mention of an alley skeleton anywhere.
I doubted it, but
I think that Alley Skeleton was on his own.
yeah, but it might have been.
Might have even been a wannabe lich. Maybe. I don't know.
Shanking people in an alleyway isn't really what I think of when I think of lich, but
Look, you gotta start from the bottom.
apparently.
Every lich
I'm a
starts
level
somewhere.
1 lich! Level 1 lich rogue!
What is this, Ilona?
But yeah. Was there anything interesting in those loose stack of papers from the desk?
In the loose stack of papers, it looks like it's a lot of It looks like it's a lot of logs of contracts that didn't quite go through. It looks like they detail every communication they have with every potential customer very thoroughly. And it looks like these are a lot of logs of recent customers that didn't quite fill out contracts yet or decided not to.
Oh.
So
So
I'm guessing
there's
nothing
probably
else,
nothing on Dryden in there.
Yeah, he seems to have filled out his contracts diligently.
No, nothing from Zrydan in there.
No contact information in there?
Well, actually, there is a PO box in Brittleport that's listed under Zrydan's name.
Ooh.
So we could keep their letter saying found an object that you might have been looking for, matching this description. Come to this place or whatever. Just throwing that idea out there. Probably not that good an idea, but
Good work.
Well, what do you believe? Something that, oh, I found this object? No.
Which is why I think
he
it's
knows
better.
that you have it.
It's better to do the skeleton way, where we just wait for a skeleton to ask us, and we say yes.
true.
Yeah.
Or you send in a report saying, I saw someone with that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
basically
Sounds so good, but yeah, just basically we go through the official channel where we just respond to a skeleton. I'm not sure what they do afterwards though. Like,
Yeah,
the
I
skeletons
feel
just
that they
go away.
Yeah, because I fear that maybe Zrydan would be becoming personally. That's just going to be one of the necromancers, or maybe even just the skeletons that are going to acquire, quote unquote, the artifacts.
The
What?
contract specifically says that the skeletons are simply there to gather information, nothing else.
Okay.
The skeletons are on no such orders to say kill people or steal from them.
Okay. I guess he doesn't trust the guys to handle the artifact themselves.
Which makes sense.
Makes sense.
Like,
Yeah.
so
he tends to work alone.
it's just that I don't know what kind of information the skeletons can gather, considering their ability to communicate is extremely limited.
I mean, it could just say, it's just point at the map.
I would like to point out that the guy who is taking information from the skeletons seems to understand them pretty well.
I mean,
Oh,
probably
okay.
speaking in Necril.
Okay. So, like, if they just, like, ask for a meetup, then we can arrange a place where we can set up a decent ambush.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we might be able to do this not too badly this way.
Mm-hmm. We can possibly, we could. It would be funny if we use that alley. We just skeleton murder.
I see. I think we need someplace more public because we don't want him to feel threatened.
If we get someplace more public, we might.
The ruins of the War Market.
I mean, that is at the entry gate. So, like, we could say, yeah, nearest to the entry gate, there's, the ruins of a wall market. We'll wait for you in front of that, because it's a very easy to find. But it's still in public, so it's not threatening.
But what would we do out in public, like when Zrydan arrives?
I mean, we ambush people see us, whatever. Like, of course, we're trying to not harm anyone. But I'm hoping that when people see magic, a magic pit happen or something, I'm hoping they'll disperse. Like, logically.
It's Riddleport. People start fights all the time, I bet.
So, yeah, like, I'm pretty sure even, like, no Tarn guards or anything are gonna stop us.
Does Riddleport even have town guards?
There are, but they never do anything.
They're kind of useless.
Because the first time we came here, I tried to speak to some of them, and they wouldn't have anything.
Frankly, Riddleport is a place where you have to look at more for, like, the Thieves Guild or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, honestly, like if we do accidentally spill over to on a bystander, to like assume that they probably did some crime anyways.
Not a bad
man.
assumption.
That's that's some morality right there.
That's terrible morality.
Mutual good, everybody.
You guys gonna do anything else for the night, or are you guys gonna go to bed and?
I mean, I don't need to go to bed, but I'm thinking if confronting Zoraiden like out in the open is a good idea.
Like basically, what I do is that the next day I try to scope out a place that would be good for this kind of meeting, and if a skeleton wanders by, that's our chance to.
Like at the very least, I think we should
Where,
wait.
where are we going to wait for Doc? Yeah.
He might actually help out, or have an idea that might.
All right, we'll still scope out a place, but yeah,
Yeah,
we'll wait.
sure. Actually.
We'll wait for Doc to
Keep our
actually.
options open.
All right.
Class dismissed.
Says from that, I'm probably just gonna go to bed.
All right.
Keep my eyes open.
You guys have 2 more days until Doc arrives, and since you guys are calling it for the day in game, I think it might be good to call it for the day here too.
Maybe,
So-
yeah, that makes sense.
That's a good breaking point.
Yeah. So we will continue this next session,
Mhm.
where we will see how the rest of your time in Riddleport resolves.
Were you expecting me to find all that info and write in from the contract office or something, or?
Well, he didn't expect you to get into the contractor's office in the first place.
I didn't know. I didn't even have the name Rent a Skeleton down. Like, I knew it existed. Like, I wasn't pulling everything out of my ass.
Hmm.
But you guys did not touch my notes very much today, which is fine because this was very fun.
Well, I'm just weirded out by that because you're leaving this open to the point where we're wondering what to do.
Yeah, no, I mean that's totally fair. I was
Mhm.
yeah,
For
no,
instance-
that's totally fair.
For instance, was the Walmart burning down again in your original plans?
No. Problem is, I could talk about my original plans, but my original plans are now also my future plans. I don't need to plan for next session.
Right.
I'm still good.
Ooh.
In other words, we spent an entire session side questing.
No, hey, that's super fair though. Like in retrospect, it totally makes sense.
I mean, this is not side questing. This
This is main questing. It's
Yeah,
just how
this
you guys
is-
are approaching, it, which is
Just in a different, more roundabout way, or maybe even more direct, since we didn't waste our day doing something else.
Mhm.
So. How does the 21st look for you guys?
I'll
Should
be
be
there.
fine.
Pretty good for me.
That's when again?
That's
I'm-
2 weeks.
As long
from-
as it's still
yeah,
Saturday,
definitely.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
works.
Mhm.
All right, I'll make sure.
Post
it's
a message in the chat, and I'll remember it. Otherwise, I might have to.
All right.
Yeah, normally we post something like 2 days before, so.
Mhm.
Like, I know it's every other week, but unless it's every week, I have difficulty keeping a consistent schedule.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah. So this was fun, guys. Have a good couple weeks, and I'll chat with you guys then.
So, yeah.
Adios.
Yeah.